because your body looks right. It's about to be one hell of a night. We're about to have one hell of a night. Tonight there's nothing I wouldn't try. Give you a shot because your body looks right. It's about to be one hell of a night. We're about to have one hell of a night. Tonight there's nothing I wouldn't try. Give you a shot because your body looks right. It's about to be one hell of a night.
Man, you come straight out of a country.
Yo, I know everybody here today. I checked my microphone. What's happening, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Straight Out of a Comic Book. I am your host, of course, the anomaly Will Pharaoh. Thank you for joining me on this Saturday. Shout out to everybody who is checking out the live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch, whichever one you own. I appreciate you watching. And I just realized with me seeing myself, now I see why my homeboys say I need this little French mustache that go up, because this one right here, this little curve. See this little curve right here? Like if I could get it to sit, if I could get it to sit, I look like one, you know, the little French villains that be having they brow up. Hold on, let me see if I can get it. Let's twist. Let us twist. And then we try to put it up. I almost got it. You shall not stop my evil plan. I think I might do that. I might get some product and just make this thing stick out like a little French villain. Just to see what they say. Just to see what the people might say when I'm out in these streets. Like, am I okay to ask for some change, or am I about to go destroy Gotham? You never know, but I'm definitely gonna keep this to see what happens. But we have a lot to talk about on today's episode. A lot of things to cover, from television, movies, and as well as video games. I'm gonna be brief about the video games just because this week is IGN Live. It's an IGN festival going here out in Los Angeles, and then as well as Summer Game Fest. And so I don't want to talk too much about it on this episode because we're going to be covering a lot of what was going on in next Saturday. Because, you know, I have a few places that I'm going to be participating in at Summer Game Fest. So if you are in LA and you're going to Summer Game Fest, you might see me there. You know, I forget the word that they say, but a precaution. If you have not seen me in person, yes, I am tall as fuck. I am 6'3". So yes, just let's look past it when you see me. When you be like, hey, are you sure that's him? Yes, y'all only see this part. I'm 6'3". I'm the fucking size of a Mack truck. I look like a retired NFL player. You know, like that he stayed in shape, but we also know that he didn't say no when the chicken wings came around. That's my build. So, but if you see me at Summer Game Fest, feel free to come and say hello. But I did want to at least just recap some of the exclusive things that dropped at IGN Live, at least gamer-wise and stuff. Again, just going to be keeping it real brief. So we were told that there was a trailer for the Batman Arkham Shadows game. The graphics look very great. The ass thing about it is that it's only going to be on MetaQuest. What kind of shit is that? what kind of shit is that? Like, I saw the trailer and I was just like, oh shit, we getting another Batman game. Even look past that the Rat King is the main villain. I was like, all right, I don't fuck with rats. So that's just one big thing. And I don't mean it as a metaphor for snitches either. I mean, I don't fuck with them either, but I don't fuck with rats in general. Like, I don't like them. I don't like being around them. I like, if there's a rat in the room and I'm also in the room, that room is now belonging to the rat. I don't want nothing to do with them. But it's only on MetaQuest. It's gonna be a VR experience for you to play this, and I'm just like, not mad that that's happening, but more upset as to why is it not coming out on the other consoles? Or are y'all at least coming out with it later? Like, why just VR? And if I'm just being honest, this is my opinion, and that's why it just states the fact of my in front of it. If you play as Batman in VR, you're a fucking psychopath. The fact that you want to be submerged in Gotham City while it's in chaos, not even just regular Gotham that be having problems. You want to go when there's anarchy and rats everywhere. And you want to be like this, like you are the Dark Knight. Like, yes, I'm coming to kick everybody's ass. You're fucking insane. If that is your style, by all means, go ahead. And again, I'll take zombies over that. I would rather take zombies than anything over that. Some other news that happened: the Tale of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles series dropped a trailer also at IGN, as well as another trailer for Star Wars Outlaws, the open world Star Wars game. And we're going to get into some Star Wars news, of course, in this episode today, as well as another exclusive first look at the Borderlands live action movie, starring Kevin Hart, Jamie Lee Curtis, and that other white lady. I'd be forgetting her name, but she's a great actress. Kate Winslet. That's probably not it, but y'all know who I'm talking about. She be in a lot of stuff that you be like, ooh, she gonna probably win an award, and she do. She up there. She ain't Meryl. Not saying that she ain't Meryl, but she up there. What else did they have come out? A new Lego Horizons adventure is coming out. So the game Horizon is now getting switched to Lego form, and they're coming out with their own video game. I don't know why. If someone can explain to me this, what is it about Legos that just is still happening? Like, why does everything have to be turned into Legos and then put out for you to play? Like, Lego movie, cool. The Lego Batman movie, cool. Why is there a whole Avengers show where there are Legos? Why are we getting a full video game of a fantastic story in Horizon, and now you play as Legos? Like, is Legos really that? Am I just out the loop? And is Legos just that thing? Because I'm so confused as to why we got so much Lego stuff. And do people, common people, this is the question, let me put that in the front. Do common people still buy Legos? I ain't seen a kid play with Legos in a minute. Although I have not been around a kid in a minute as well, because I'm a single adult that hangs around other single adults. But I ain't seen no Legos like that. All right? I ain't seen a lot of Legos around here, except on IG, and I don't know if that's a front or not. But just, what is it? What is it? I feel like I'm missing something with the Legos. And maybe just because I didn't jump into the Lego community. It may be just that. I think I just answered my own question. I think I just really answered my own question live on here. Maybe just I didn't have the full Lego train. I think that's what it is. Man. I'm telling y'all here on the live. Yeah, that's what it is. You know what it was? I only had minimal Legos. And I remember, you remember when Legos came in like a box this big? I only got those. That's the furthest I got with Legos. That was it. That was the furthest I got. I never got into the whole big build. You know what I'm saying? I never got into like, you know, like the big pack, you know, the one that almost looked like a game board box. I never got into them, and I now know why and remember why here in the back of my brain. They went and got it from archives. I never fucked with Legos because you couldn't do shit with Legos but build them. And I was not a display person. I was not someone that was going to build a Lego Death Star, have it opened up with all these people in the scene, and I couldn't do shit with it. All right. I am what you call a interactive toy player when I was a kid. All right. Like, think a Toy Story, but the person was there seeing it. Man, my action figures went on adventures. Okay. When I had my Spider-Man, my Stone Cold Steve Austin, my Lion-O from Thundercats, some off-name action figures from the dollar store, those were also dope too because they had, hey, I ain't gonna lie, they had some fire-ass figures at the dollar store. You had your shitty ones that you do something wrong like in 3 days and it break, but they had some off-brand ones that was real dope. I remember these Power Rangers that weren't Power Rangers, but they were close to looking like the Zeo Power Rangers. Those were some dope ass action figures, and they had all the bending limbs and stuff like that. Man, let me tell you, toy wise, out there. I can't tell you how many good men that we lost in the toy wars that I started. I'm just letting you know that now. We done lost a few good action figures in my time. Losing them down the drains, the big drains outside and stuff like that. Limbs broken. They lived life. These cats lived life, man. Fighting in the sand pits. I can't even get to the under the porch wars. Whoo, man. Ugh. Let's not forget the Fantastic Beast wars. I get to that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Man, but yeah, like Sage D is saying over on YouTube, I had my action figures in a battle royal. That's how I was. That's why I couldn't get down with Legos. You know why? Because you couldn't take Legos outside. You couldn't go play with Legos in the backyard. You couldn't take Legos to the group battle royal. When you was playing real Fortnite, not on the PlayStation, when you was playing real Fortnite with your friends, you had your group, they had their group, you went in the battle, some of them were dying, and then that was Fortnite before Fortnite. And I'm catching that now. I see what Fortnite did. But you couldn't bring Legos to that because they're gonna break. So you couldn't be out there in the streets with a Lego race car because we know what's happening. And we gonna make sure that bitch breaks because we want to see the carnage. That's why I didn't get into Legos. Now I remember. That's why I didn't get into Legos. So that's why I guess I don't understand the hype. So I answer my own question. That's why I don't really get the hype. But I'm sure the Lego fanatics, they love it. And then just a couple of other ones. The Squirrel with a Gun trailer was also released, which is hilarious. It's one of those games that you ask yourself, why did you make this game? And then it also is that game of, why did you make this game? And why do I want to check it out? Why am I so intrigued of a squirrel with a gun? Why am I like, and I'm serious, like if I wouldn't buy it, but if there's a demo, I would play that demo. I just got to see what it is. Not to see if it's shitty. It's just, it's intriguing. It is definitely intriguing. A squirrel with a gun. And I think that really kind of wraps up the video game news. As I said, for those that's just coming in, like King Mike Hall, Living My Jet Life, Monk Aaron over there on Twitch, as well as everybody else that's watching. Appreciate y'all tuning in on this Saturday. It does sound like Ratchet and Clank Living My Jet Life. No. A little bit. It's a little bit different. It's a little bit different. I would suggest to go check it out, and you'll see exactly what I mean too. You'll be like, I see why I want to at least test it. Demos are just like test driving a car. Yeah. And I still wouldn't buy it though. Like I know for a fact, I know games when I'm just like, I'm not gonna buy this game, But if it became cool on the PlayStation network, the plus the little yellow one that they be having on the PlayStation, if it comes to where you can download it because you got that subscription, I download it and play it. I just wouldn't buy it outright. I already know myself. I'm not gonna buy it outright. Let me fix my French villain mustache. We were trying to get a French villain mustache going, but I need the little goo thing or the little grease thing they be putting on mustaches to curl it. I'm gonna try that and get me a French villain mustache going. Just be out here. I shall take and conquer over your city. Anyway, now that I'm gonna move from that horrible accent, let's jump into what should we jump into? I think let's jump into movies, shall we? Let's jump into them good old movies. So just found out this week that Lion King is hitting its 30th anniversary. And it is going to be back in theaters to celebrate the 30th anniversary of The Lion King, which also lets us know something very important, that movie theaters are failing their asses off right now, because why the fuck are you playing The Lion King in theaters? How much money are you not making for you to go, hey, we're going to take a movie that's available on streaming platforms. You can go to Disney Plus and watch this shit anytime you want. But we're going to put it in theaters because for some reason, we are under the impression that everybody wants to walk in and watch Mufasa die on a 100-inch screen, or probably even bigger, probably like 300-inch screen. And everybody wants to sing along with crying babies to I Can't Wait to Be King. Is movie theaters, is it that bad for them right now? Like, is it really that bad for the movie theaters that we showing Lion King? Even when they were showing, like, the Spider-Man. And see, living my jet life, this, as he said in the comments, I ain't gonna lie, I might go see it again. You the reason why they just like, yeah, let's do it. No thought about it, let's do it. Oh, 30th anniversary, yes. Go ahead, let's play that. If you was new and you saw The Lion King, that's fine. That's understandable because it was new. And, you know, I get it because it's like, oh, okay, cool. Parent and kid could go experience this together. I still just want to know, like, how bad is the movie theaters failing that this got to be a thing? Because I remember when these were, like, early in the mornings, just because it was, like, it was cool to do. I looked at this, and they got this thing playing in the hot afternoon, like 4:30. Like, getting ready for prime time movie showing at the theater. So I'm just like, how bad are movie theaters out right now that you got to do this? I'm just wondering. Like, I'm literally on Disney Plus right now, and I'm looking at The Lion King. Like, I ain't clicked this thing, and this thing gonna start. So I don't get the thing of like, if it wasn't out like that, then that's a different thing. I'll say that. If it was like movies that you can't really find on streaming platforms and stuff like that, due to, like, for whatever reason, licensing or whatever, and they get released in theaters, that's different. It's like, ooh, okay, cool, I'm gonna go see this. Like, if you telling me you're gonna have like an 80s week or something, or like a 90s action week, and we're gonna do like Duckman or Darkman, and because those ain't really on a lot of streaming platforms, I could see that. Those would not be my first selections, by the way. Just saying, not those. But I could see that. But for something that's so highly available to everybody, that's kind of where you lose me. But hey, you know, to each his own, man. So if for some reason you want to go sing in the movie theaters, I Can't Wait to Be King, and then get shushed by some white woman that just is trying to bring her kids there so she could get some sleep while they watch, by all means, go do it. For myself, I'm gonna pop me a 75-cent bag of popcorn and I'm gonna watch this on my 75-inch screen and enjoy it way better than spending damn near $70 to go watch something that I can watch on Disney Plus. That's just me though. That's just me. Let me not take away your experience, because that might be what you want to do when it drops. But yes, shout out to them though for having the 30th anniversary. One of the best Disney films by far in all of history, man. It was very impactful to see a young black brother lose his daddy and got to grow up without a father, and has two gay uncles that raise him to finally go back to his hood and beat up his other uncle. Great way that they did that and made them into animals. It's a very, very great coming of age story. So I'm not mad at it. But yeah, shout out to them. So moving forward, something I am really excited about is we got an update. We got ourselves an update, y'all, on Peaky Blinders. Now, let me tell y'all something, man. If you ain't watched Peaky Blinders is some of the most gangster shit I done seen since The Sopranos. And I'm going to be honest with you. Never mind, I'm not going to say that. I was about to say The Sopranos were all right, but I can't say that. The Sopranos are really good. Sometimes I just be trying to just stir the pot and be a chaos agent, but Sopranos is a great show. But this one is no different. Man, I love Peaky Blinders. They wrapped up the series with a very much cliffhanger, and what it was said to happen is we would get the ending of the story in a movie form. And then, we kind of heard some things, heard rumors, and then it kind of fell off. Didn't know if it was happening, but we've got the official word that the Peaky Blinders movie is coming to Netflix, and that boy Cillian Murphy will be returning as Thomas Shelby, along with a majority of the other cast, except for the ones who did pass away, unfortunately, in real life, and of course the characters that did not make it in the show. Living my jet life, never seeing a single episode of The Sopranos is crazy. But I'll be honest, I was right there, I think 3 weeks ago, and I've only watched maybe 4 episodes. And I just say it's for gangsters, it's a good show. That's why I didn't want to prejudge it as it being all right, because I'm working on it. And to seeing if it's like that. That's why I didn't want to prejudge it just yet. And I keep watching. I'm like, oh, this shit really got good. But for the first, I think I'm on episode 10. It's a good show so far. I see why it gets the praise that it gets. But that's why I didn't want to jump the gun too soon. But living my jet life, I was the same way, man. I did not watch The Sopranos like that. So still haven't seen The Wire either. So there's that for you. But yeah, haven't been given an official date as to when this is going to drop or when they begin filming, but we do know that the Peaky Blinders will get an ending to this phenomenal story, and I cannot wait. I will not give no spoilers to how it ended, because I still want y'all to go watch it, man. It is one of those stories that as soon as you start it, you're going to want to keep watching to see what happened. So by all means, y'all, go check that out. Now, in some other news that we have that I also found interesting, and it has to do with the Captain America movie. So, very interesting that Captain America has been getting some news as to who's going to be in it. We've seen that General Ross is returning. We're seeing that, of course, Captain America will be returning with the original suit that he had in the series. WWE megastar Seth Rollins is in it as a part of the Serpent Group, as well as Giancarlo Esposito playing a mystery role that we still don't know, but we know it is a villain. An image was released to say who, like they said, to kind of give hint as to who he was. Not really sure. Just had on a white shirt and it seemed like a white vest or something like that. Not really sure what was going on to give away what it is, but could be potentially Mr. Sinister, Doctor Doom, or even Trask. I was even gonna say he could play Trask from the X-Men, and he's the one that's responsible for building the Sentinels. I'm throwing that in there now, but I'm still like my top one is still Mr. Sinister. It's still gonna be Mr. Sinister. But someone who's not in attendance and has us scratching our head is none other than Baron Zemo. We heard this week from the actor asking him in a recent interview about a movie he has coming up. They asked if, how has it been going in returning to, getting ready to play this character, and apparently he has not been filming anything. And apparently he's not even getting the Thunderbolts movie, which is a head scratcher because his image is. So I don't know if it's a lie being told or if he just hasn't been called in to do his stuff or what. But from what he had stated was, I am positive that the character will return on these eventually one time, just not sure when. So they could be kind of odd to not have a Baron Zemo cameo within Captain America, or for him to not be in the Thunderbolts whatsoever. So that one kind of has me scratching my head a little bit as to what's going on over there with Marvel. But again, too, we've known like actors to say stuff and then come to find out when the movie comes out, it's all BS and stuff like that. So, like, thanks to Andrew Garfield. Like, shout out to Andrew Garfield for just having us not believe shit people say anymore when it comes to Marvel. This is all your fault, because I don't believe nobody when they tell me, like, hey, man, I'm not in this movie. Like, even the chick that played X-23, her name is Daphne. She's now in the Star Wars Acolytes. She even said, I did not film in Deadpool whatsoever. So, I would have loved to have been in it, but I am not in the movie. Still don't believe her. Still do not believe her because of Andrew Garfield. I don't believe no actor that is working with Marvel when they say like, hey man, I don't know. No, you know, and you lying to us. This is all Andrew Garfield's fault. But I'm hoping it's a lie and Baron Zemo does come in both Thunderbolts and Captain America, because to have him not in both is wild. Especially the influence he's had in the former movies and within the comics themselves. So that's crazy if he's not in it. But moving forward, we shall see. I want to talk about another movie that I just seen. Let's go ahead and move over here. We just got the trailer for that old Alien Romulus. Let me tell you, I was watching this and I'm in, y'all. We going back to square one. As they said, we're going back to root one. They're going back to their roots for this Alien film. It's definitely giving the old school vibes too of Ridley in here. Just the vibes of Ridley's time in at the first Aliens with Sigourney Weaver's character. It's giving that feeling. It's not centered around her, of course, of everything, but it's getting back to its roots. One thing I am very hooked in on now because of what I saw was the fact that they have the producer from Don't Breathe and Evil Dead. And I think those people have done a phenomenal job at being able to take in the ambiance and the areas that they're around and the sounds and really submerging you into the film. And I think this is one of the perfect ones for them to have the next step on. When I watch Don't Breathe, if you haven't seen Don't Breathe is the movie where those kids decided they were going to rob this blind man's house because they figured like he had jewels and all kind of stuff up in there. And come to find out, this dude is like a trained ex-military something and everything that ain't nothing to fuck with and is fucking these kids up blind. And then some wild shit happened at the end. I ain't gonna give it away, but some freaky wild shit was happening. They were grown and shit. I mean, you know what I'm saying. Like, man, look, I'm 36 years old. So when I say like kids, I mean like young adults. Like yeah. When you say kids, I get what you say. I call them children. Like anyone from like 8 to like 14, that's children to me. Like kids is like 18 to 21. And then like when you 21 and past, then you an adult because you can legally do shit. Yeah, see, Shanae get it. She know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I ain't feel sorry for them kids anyway, cause they were kids in the sense, like they young adults, but they were kids. Bull look for. Hey, remember though, we got a lot of Gen Z people that be 18 looking 34. So, hey, when it come to age, man, you just gotta you definitely now make sure you gotta ask, like, hey, how old are you? How old are you? And always just ask that anyway. If you gonna engage in something, like you just gotta know. But watching this and seeing Don't Breathe really put you in that house. Like you felt like you were in that house. Like you got quiet watching Don't Breathe. Like watching it, like I didn't say nothing because I didn't even want them to get caught. I'm trying to be quiet so they don't get caught. That was how much they submerged us into that movie. So now just take the people that make that, even with Evil Dead. Oh my God, the shots in Evil Dead. Like the remake that they did, I think is very underrated and doesn't get the credit that it deserves because that reboot to Evil Dead, oh my God, it was so good. It was so good. When she was in that basement and she was just looking at him like, oh, that freaked me out. Like I had to cut the lights on when that happened. So to have that and to now have a setting like Alien where you are on a spaceship of course in space. No one's around. That silence and just hearing the workings of the machine and just all the tolls that they're gonna bring. It was just, man, it's going to be something that's going to really I think they're going to do a great job of submerging us into the spaceship, immersing us into the characters, trying to be able to figure out what's going on. And so it looks great. It looks like, again, like they did say that they were getting back to their roots with Alien, and that's exactly what it looks like they're doing. And of course, now this type of movie has the better CGI and graphics to be able to really deliver what Alien can be. Like, seeing the chick heart, like it's lighting up in her body to bust out. Oh, I had never gave that thought till I saw this of just like, imagine like your whole chest right here lighting up and you see the thing there because it's getting ready to pop out rather than it just growing. That's why, like, I look forward to seeing this film, something I would go to theaters to see and everything. But yeah, it's looking good. It's looking good. And shout out to them. Shout out to Ridley Scott for bringing it back. Can't wait to see it. Wouldn't mind another Prometheus movie too. But that's just me in my opinion. Now that we're having to move on. To a movie I'm not so sure about. The Venom The Last Dance trailer was released this week. And I just want to know, when did Venom become a joke? Like, when did Venom start doing stand-up comedy in the comic books? I'm so confused at this. Like, I watched this trailer, very excited because I was like, okay, I'm curious as to how this story is gonna go, especially the way that it was left off. It was left off to where Venom sees Spider-Man in the MCU Spider-Man on TV, and I'm like, what's next for this? And in watching this trailer, all it gave me was the further inclination that Sony don't know what the fuck they doing with this franchise. Or just the whole Spider-Man franchise in general. Like, how is Moto in this movie? Now I'll give them credit because I know a lot of people were bashing them with this because he's in here, and I believe Doc Connors, who plays Lizard in the Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield, is also in this movie. Now, mind you, it is multiverse, so in the multiverse, it can be different things. I'll give them that. Like, what the fuck is this with Venom dancing? Back to what I'm saying. I'll give them that just for the fact of different universe could have led completely different lives. Could have led completely different lives, completely different identities. Doesn't even have to be named that. I'll give you that. But watching this trailer showed me anything is that, yo, Sony needs to just give Spider-Man up. Give it back to Marvel because you don't know what this is. You don't know what to do with this. You're just now making stuff. That's it. It's just like it feels like you're not even looking at the comic book anymore. It looked like you're not even really trying to reference what's going on. Like, Venom is supposed to be one of your dope horror movies. Like, yes, I get what they're doing, the funny parts about it, like this horse stuff. Even looking at this horse, this is dope. I'm not even gonna lie. I'll give them this. But my only problem is, it's like this should also have layers of horror in it because Venom is a horrifying character. And all I'm really getting from this is now this is a buddy comedy. And that's not the Venom that we like. That's not the Venom that we love. That's not the Venom that we looking for. And it just clearly shows that it's like, yo, y'all are making this entire franchise a joke. This is ridiculous with what you're doing with the Spider-Man franchise. How y'all are just taking it and butchering it to whatever it is you feel or please. Like, yo, this like, and it's really just showing like you being petty, Sony. You being real petty because you know this should be back in Marvel's hands and you won't let it happen. It's like, no, we're going to hold on to this. We're going to suck as much money we can out of this. And you're making nothing but horrible decisions. Horrible decisions. You didn't give us an Amazing Spider-Man 3. You just threw that away. You gave us a horrible Madam Web that didn't even have nothing to do with Madam Web. You hinted at 3 Spider Women that didn't even use their powers in the movie. That was just a premonition of them in the suits. You got Kraven coming out where Kraven is not even Kraven. He's now like some hybrid animal that senses in with like the power of a lion and stuff like that. And it's just like, yo, what the fuck are y'all doing to this IP? You're not even looking at the MCU to keep stuff congruent. I'm not even finna bring up Mobius. I'm not even finna bring that up. It's like, yo, y'all are being petty with the IP that people enjoy. This is you gotta understand, Spider-Man is probably one of the most beloved franchises within the Marvel comic books. All right. It's X-Men, Spider-Man. I don't know who number 3 is. They probably are gonna try to tell us Fantastic Four. Do not believe that shit whatsoever. But I'm going to just throw Avengers right there just to say we got a top 3. You cannot keep doing this to such an IP that we love. All of your movies have either been mediocre or disappointing. We were okay with the first Venom. We let you slide with Let There Be Carnage because you somewhat did Carnage right. But now you're taking such a beloved story and just doing whatever you want and just going like, yo, the fact that you got Venom doing comedy is just wild. And so and what's fucked up about it is people are gonna go watch this movie. They're gonna go and see it, and it's gonna make them their money back. It probably make them a little bit more to where they won't feel like they need to change it. But something needs to happen. This needs to be y'all final stuff, or and whatever it is, like just completely do like the DCU did and wash this whole thing out after you give us an Amazing Spider-Man 3. You can go out with some class if you give us the Amazing Spider-Man 3 and end his stuff right. And then Sony, give it back to Marvel. Please give it back to Marvel. That's all I'm saying. Because this is not it. This ain't it. I'm sorry. This is not it. This ain't the Venom we want. This is okay of the Eddie Brock that we want, but like, yo, this is not it, man. This is not it. I need my Venom horrible, horrifying. I need to be scared when Venom come on screen. I should not be seeing this dude cracking jokes, dancing with the fucking store clerk. That's just so disappointing. And the fact, just, you know, the biggest thing in the room, still no Spider-Man. Not a single reference of Spider-Man. Nothing about Jonah Jameson. No kind of tie-in or correlation with any Marvel. With any Marvel. The only time you did it was an Easter egg. And then when we thinking it's going to be something dope, y'all send him back to do what? Like, who are all these symbiotes? Like, that's going to happen. Is someone else going to get them? Which one are we getting? Are we even going to see some kind of inclination to anything in the comic book, man? It's just, this got to stop. Sony, this got to stop. This is not cool. This is not good, man. And y'all going to get to the point where people are going to not even support it. And you've already seen that with Morbius, because Morbius wasn't a bad movie for the first hour. But then something just dramatically changed, and it just shit the bed. So again, I just, my only suggestion, as I said, is give this back to Marvel. Give this back to Marvel. Let them handle it. Let them take care of it. Let them restore the Spider-Man franchise. Not saying Spider-Man itself need to be restored, because Tom Holland's doing an amazing job as the current Spider-Man. But for the rest of their stuff, you need to let this get fixed, man. Because Marvel is doing a great job with Spider-Man. They've done a great job with Kingpin, Daredevil. All of these people are tied into there. Like, yo, just give it back. Give the rights back. Make a deal where y'all can at least still make maybe some money off of it and profit from it. Or just I'll get a whole shit back. It's time, Sony. It's time, because now you just hurting this stuff. And it ain't right. It's not right. And you're gonna mess around, you're gonna get a boycott going on. And you already know the power of the people is real strong. So I'm just hoping that they get that situated. And you know, if y'all are going to see it, y'all let me know. Cause this ain't working. And I'm just talking live action as well. I'm not talking like the animated stuff. Like, they do a good job with the animated stuff. Like, but that, you know, this live action just ain't working. And I think too, even to the Spider-Man animated stuff, you can still be in conjunction with Sony Animation. Like, imagine Marvel Animation and Sony Animation coming together to make the Spider-Verse movies. That's still great. But these live action ones, nah, man, this gotta go. This gotta go. But that's gonna wrap up movie news. So let's get into some television. That hello vision. Now, something that I did see, yes, shout out to Callie Scott over on Twitch. That would be incredible for everybody to see. It would be incredible to see those two come together and make something dope. But before we get into our television news, let me track back. I have to shout out today's sponsor. Got to shout out today's sponsor, and the sponsor is coming from the Hat Club. All right, it is coming from the Hat Club. Now, if you love fitted caps, I'm sure you got your favorite team you rocking. I'm sure you got some of your favorite designs that you like and stuff. I got a big ass head, so the cap era never really came around to me. And then I grew dreads, which just made my head a lot bigger. So never got into caps. It was always right here on me, and I ain't like that. I ain't like that it was tight right here. You take it off, and then you got this big ass line, just big ass unattractive line. And I'm already big, and that's why I'm losing weight. I'm not comfortable in my bigness, and you already be feeling the type of way when your clothes get stuck under that side part. I don't like feeling like I can't fit my cap, and somebody thinking like, damn, bro, you got the wrong hat size. Like, damn, your head fat. Nobody with a big head ever wants to say that they got a fat head. That's the last thing you ever want to hear. Having a big ass head or a big forehead is hearing that you got a fat head. I don't like that. So, but for those that don't, the Hat Club has just dropped some exclusive caps that will be coming out for the new era caps at $59.50. They just dropped today. It's a limited run, and they are going to be and it is catered around the Marvel Cinematic Universe, preferably the Infinity Stones and the Avengers. As you can see right here, these are just one of the 7 collective caps that they are dropping today. I believe that they are dropping at 11 a.m. PST this time, and of course that is 2 p.m. EST over there on the East Coast. They will be available at $59.50. They are going on a limited run right now, but are scheduled to have some coming exclusive to Hat Club in the near future. So go for it now, because you're not sure when that's going to drop. But I just want to take y'all through some of the amazing hats that they have. And shout out to Wilder Fitteds. I didn't say that right. Wilder Fitteds. Shout out to them, and shout out to T800 John for these dope designs that they have made. Right here, you're seeing the what is being called the Avengers Assemble cap. And then moving to the Infinity version. So of course, these are considered the Soul Stone hat. We have here that you can see. We also have the Space Stone hat that's going to be available. Man, these are so fly. We also had the Infinity Gauntlet Brewers hat. The Infinity Gauntlet Brewers hat, man. Of course, and then the background, of course, is after Thanos won, and now he just chilling, doing his thing. We also have the Quantum Suit Angels hat that's coming out. This is one of my favorites. I really enjoyed this design. I wish I didn't have such a big head so I could wear one of these. I would wear this one. I don't do well with white, but y'all might do well with white. And if you do, you should definitely add this one to your collection. But of course, we also got the Time Stone fitted hat. Come on now. If you enjoyed Doctor Strange, you enjoy the Time Stone, man, he has you covered. All right? And then of course, last but certainly not least, is the Mad Titan. That good old Mad Titan fitted hat. Again, all of these are going to be available today, starting at 11 a.m. 11 a.m. PST and 2 p.m. EST. They will be available on New Era Hat Club, of course, $59.50. Make sure if you are a hat fan and you're watching this, go collect all of them today. Get yourself the inevitable package. It is a great package, dope designs. You do not want to miss out. Add these to your collection and stun on these people. Stun on these people, man, especially with Marvel finna drop that Deadpool and Avengers. Come on now. Don't mind me. I'm just more, I'm still upset I can't wear hats with my big ass head, man. That made me sad. Not really, but they just look cool, and I still want one, and they gonna send me one. I ain't gonna wear it because, again, my head is big, and I don't think I can fit an 8. And I don't know where Lil Wayne gets his caps from, because he be wearing caps all the time, and for some reason his size has been a mystery for the last 10 years, and they won't give it to me. So I got a size 8. Here's hoping. But if I can't do it, y'all get one and then rock it. We gonna rock it for me. Then that way we rocking it together, and I'm rocking it with you in spirit. But moving on, going into now some TV news. If you have seen the Netflix series Baby Reindeer, then you should already know this is a wild, crazy ass story that is based on true events. Easy Not on Twitter, you are wrong for that. Just because Lil Wayne is small doesn't mean his hat size is 3. He say he's 3 feet 12 inches. Lil Wayne probably is that tall. I ain't gonna front. I met Lil Wayne, and Lil Wayne is either he's very short or I'm very tall. And again, I'm just 6'3". So Lil Wayne is quite short. But Baby Reindeer is, again, a story based off of true events about a woman stalking this guy that inevitably is also toxic as fuck himself, and goes into this crazy ass story of pretty much ruining each other's lives. It's wild. It's wild. It's also wild that she can't type. She was very much clear example of someone who just types stuff and don't read before she hits send, which is wild because she's a lawyer. And I'm just like, how you don't check that before you send it? Like, I get you angry, but for some reason, proofreading was an Achilles heel for her in sending out these emails. So in case y'all don't know, just to catch y'all up on it, not gonna give too much away. Lady gets fixated on the guy that works at a bar. They start exchanging emails, and apparently, based on the show, she was sending like 150 emails a day, just telling things about her everyday life, things about what they could do, or seeing how it could go. But also too, this dude was toxic as fuck. This guy was not he was a victim, but a victim of different things. But he still wasn't shit. He still ain't shit. He just is as bad as she is. If I'm just being honest, he is just as bad as she was. But unfortunately, because of even how I'm talking about this lady, the person, the real Martha, is actually suing Netflix for $170 million. For defamation of character. Apparently, they completely stretched out this story, exaggerated this story to a high degree. From what the actual person stated was that the whole thing of her sending 150 emails a day was not true. That happened to be around the total of emails that was sent during the conversation. And during the time everything panned out. But pretty much they were saying she was like, again, she does not like the fact of how she was presented in this movie, that it was very exaggerated as opposed to what happened. And now she is suing Netflix in a defamation suit for $170 million. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing with that. Now, this is why I understand her doing it, because you never know the impact this is going to have on that person's real life. Because even though, too, like, whether it be called a mistake, whether it be called, like a overlap of judgment and character, these people still have to live their lives. And so wherever the real Martha is, she still has an everyday life. She still most likely still has to go to work. There are people who she does communicate with on probably a daily basis. So this lady does have a life. And because this is on Netflix, we know this is almost worldwide. People are going to see this, especially people in her area. And now this depicts her in something that's very different. And we already know perception is reality. So there's no telling how the people within her world, near her community, are responding to the behavior that was shown here on this show. So I understand why she is saying that and why she feels that way, because again, people, it may be affecting her job, it could be affecting her social presence and stuff like that. Not, Instagram or nothing, but when she's going out and everything, this could really, make her look a certain type of way. And we already know people are not nice. Like, people can be very kind, but people can also be very mean and very ignorant when it comes to a lot of stuff. So you never know what she may have to be dealing with now because of how she's betrayed, especially if it's not all the way accurate. With that said, though, this show stated at the beginning, this movie is based off true events. That's why Hollywood throws that line in there before they say it. This is just based on, which means not everything is accurate. Not everything is going to be told strictly in the right detail for the sake of this film. Now, she is definitely going to have to prove like how this has affected her life in order for her to win this defamation suit. So it has to show like her quality of life altered after this came out, and she's going to really have to prove that. Otherwise, it's going to be really hard for her to top off that 170 million. I'm sure they'll probably try to maybe like on the back end pay her something for her, for any kind of suffering that she is probably had to endure. But I just gotta say, man, you was out. That's what happened when you're on proofread. Just gonna throw that out. I don't really have a lot of confidence in the person that don't proofread. And you was a lawyer. If you was a lawyer for real and you wrote like that, I don't see this working out for you in winning this case. But I definitely think she's gonna get some bread. I don't think she's gonna get 170 million. That is definitely the white man's goal of just jumping over the moon. I don't think you're gonna get 170 million. I don't even know if that show made 170 million. It was good, but I don't see her getting that. But I do see her getting broken off something for the way it has depicted her, because I'm sure some things has changed around her area. I'm sure some people are looking at her a little bit different with that story coming out. But that is one of the things about Hollywood when it comes to making stuff that's based off of true events. Sometimes things have to be fluffed, a little bit exaggerated, and changed and altered to fit the story. And I'll even give a prime example. It's not as bad, but it is something that happened. So if y'all remember the movie American Gangster, where Denzel Washington played Frank Lucas, there's a scene where Frank Lucas is pointing the gun at Idris Elba's character, asking him for his money, and has it like at his head. And then, of course, Idris Elba talking that shit and ain't gonna pay him his money, and Frank ends up shooting him and then taking the money. So again, this is an example of this becoming a little bit more exaggerated than what happened, because in the real story, him shooting him was actually an accident. He didn't mean to shoot him in the head. What happened was, when he had it, he was shooting it. He was aiming the gun and had it aimed at his chest. And then the guy came at him, and then it slipped up, and then the trigger went off and shot him in the head. So it wasn't as opposed to where he had the gun pointed at him like that, to where it made it look as gangster. And then I think he even said too, the dude was like even way taller than him. So when he had it pointed, that was the furthest that stuff could go. But of course, that doesn't look great that doesn't play that well on camera. So of course they're gonna change it around to where it's gonna make it look like okay, especially these two actors are similar in height. We're gonna alter this a little bit. Like I said, not as exaggerated as this person's perhaps, but like I said, things do get altered when you're doing something that's based off of facts, that's based off of something that actually happened. So hey, I'm rooting for her, especially if it has hurt her in some way. I am rooting for her to get some money. Again, I don't see it being $170 million. But hey, more power to you. If it didn't affected you in some way and you didn't know this was coming out, nobody talked to you, nobody asked you about it, man, go get your money. Go get your money if this done messed you up, because I definitely see you as some type of way. I'm gonna be honest, real Martha. I definitely judged you. I'm just gonna throw that out there. I definitely judged you. I didn't judge you because of the stalking. I don't promote stalking whatsoever. Like, I do not subscribe to stalking. I don't fuck with you if you are a stalker, or you in making someone feel uncomfortable in your presence or around, and you're doing that. I don't fuck with that shit. No, because I've seen some situations. I don't fuck with that part. But I don't like that you didn't see that you could do better than this toxic ass nigga who needed a hug. That's what I don't like about you, Martha. This nigga wasn't shit. He wasn't shit. I was wild. Like, when I got off and finally finished this series, I was like, that nigga ain't shit. This is why Future is bad for hip hop, because niggas like this exist. This had to be the most toxic shit I ever seen in my life, and I was like, yo, you need to get your ass whooped. Or therapy. I would say that's just the hood nigga in me, but I would say you need therapy and a hug, because this chick wasn't as bad as they tried to push that shit out, and you definitely did not help to try to nip that shit in the bud whatsoever. So that's why I was like, I don't fully blame her, but I also judged you. I'm just gonna be honest. This movie made me judge y'all a lot. And if I really knew you, I'd have been looking like, let me see your emails. I just want to see, like, do you still got them? Because I just want to understand, did you really not proofread before you sent these out? Like, I get you was angry, but there was a lot of misspellings in here that I don't think a lawyer should be having in stuff that you sending out, especially emails. So we gonna move on. Because we gonna go ahead and move on to more TV news. We found out too now that Terminator is getting an animated series. That's right, Terminator is getting an animated series. I believe it's coming out this August on Netflix. And Timothy Oliphant, if you know him, that's Agent 47 from the Hitman live action movie, is going to be voicing Terminator. They hadn't given a trailer out, just a couple of still shots of the anime. Looks good. I will say, anime looks good. Very interested to see what they do with it and how it goes and what story they're telling off of. If I'm being honest, I hope it's not starting off with John Connor when he's a kid or anything like that. Like, I hope this is something different, maybe even like something like going on within the future, and we're doing that, and we get to them going to the past. But I really don't want to start off with seeing John Connor getting chased by the Terminator, at all. I don't want to see that. I'm sorry if anybody feels different about it. But I'm actually not sorry, because this is my show. But I don't want to see that first off. I want to see them into some new kind of storyline for Terminator. But I'm excited. To see what comes of the Terminator movie, and I also just excited to see like this new trend that's kind of going on. But I wouldn't even call it new, because it was done normally back in the 90s. But even to continue with this type of news that I'm talking about, we also found out that Tomb Raider is also getting a cartoon series that's going to be on Netflix, and Haley Atwell, Marvel's Penny Carter, and Captain the captain from the alternate universe in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Midness, will be voicing Lara Croft. And that's just, again, that's just a common sense slam dunk. Can't knock them for that. great choice to have her voice her. But to my point, I was getting to, I'm loving that they are taking classics like these, like video games, movies like the Terminator, even stuff like the Suicide Squad, and they're giving us animated versions of them. And I like that too, because you saw that in the 90s. Like when they'd have like movies coming out, they'd get like a cartoon show. Like Jumanji had a show, Men in Black had a cartoon show, and a few others as well. But I'm liking that, we're living in an era now where cartoon movies are okay for all ages. Like it's okay for you to watch this. And it's okay for you to want to watch a cartoon now. I remember at one time where it was not you were looked down upon if you were adult watching like cartoons. And I like the fact that we now live in an era where it is okay to watch cartoons. And not only is it okay to watch cartoons, you're making cartoons for every age, like adults, children, kids, and young adults. So we all get to enjoy within the animated world. And so I'm just glad to be seeing that. So to see stuff like Tomb Raider being announced, to see stuff like Terminator being announced in an animated form, I just think that's really cool because just like living my jet life, I still love cartoons too. And never care what other people thought. Because I still will watch Toy Story today. Like today. Hell, I'll watch Fern Gully right now. I'd have a whole watch party with y'all and we could watch Fern Gully. That's still my shit. But I like that we're moving more into the animated world more, and people are taking chances with these shows, with these films, and giving it an animated twist of something that we are used to and that we enjoy, and seeing another form of it, especially something like Terminator. I think Terminator is a great franchise to turn into an animated series rather than us continuing to have movies with Arnold. Don't get me wrong, I like it, but eventually that's going to come to an end. So I'm glad to see that they're pivoting and finding other ways to be able to tell the Terminator story. So that's why I say it the way I'm saying it. But shout out to Tomb Raider. Shout out to Terminator also dropping. I believe Tomb Raider is dropping in August. I don't think there's a release date for Terminator just yet, but we know Tomb Raider is coming out in August. So looking forward to that and to seeing what comes from that. Now, other news we found out from Marvel is this was actually supposed to be in movie news, so my apologies, but we found out that the next Avengers movie is going to feature over 60 characters returning to this Avengers movie. And we just gotta assume that they're talking about Avengers Secret Wars. And I'm like a fat kid at Christmas right now, man, because the possibilities of who's coming back just is blowing my mind. And the fact that it says over 60, not 60, not a precise number, over 60 characters will be returning is so wild. This is probably going to be the most biggest Marvel movie to date, and probably one of the most biggest budget films to date. Like, I am curious to see if Marvel doesn't spend $1 billion on this movie, or close to it at least. Maybe not $1 billion, but close to it. That's so wild to me. And then think of it too, like returning. So, but I know as well, there might be some overlap of previous scenes that count as a cameo. I can see them doing that too. But even so, just the possibility of a lot of these Avengers returning. Like, we had already heard this past week that Robert Downey Jr. was saying that he is itching forward and forward even more now to reprising his role as Iron Man. We know Thor is still intact. Seeing Black Widow return. Cap returning. And again, that's just the big hitters in the MCU. We haven't even gotten to the Fox universe. We ain't even gotten to the punk ass Sony universe. And it's just it's wild at the possibilities of just so many of these characters coming back and returning, and even the stuff from when they first started with the Marvel series, like even stuff from like the original Hulk, from the series itself, even to the one where I didn't like it, where his eyes started getting bigger and we gonna keep this show on the rails, because I was about to go way off. But even those people coming back into it, Edward Norton returning as the Hulk, like I could see a lot of that. I could see those possibilities. And what I don't want to see happen is what Living My Jet Life just wrote here in the comments. What if it's just 10 different versions of 6 characters? I'd be pissed. I'd be so pissed. I would be. That's more of a waste of time on the movie itself to have to implement that, rather than just getting 60 characters. Like telling 6 people 10 different ways in a 2-hour film is wild. That's wild as fuck. And that is definitely a waste of time. That it would be such a waste of time if they did it like that. But not saying that they couldn't. But I'm very curious to see who they bring back. Also, y'all let me know in the comments below when this video drops on YouTube. Who do you see returning? Give me your top 5 second-rate returns, if that makes sense. Don't give me the big ones that we know. Don't give me Iron Man. Don't give me Thor and all of that stuff. Don't give me the original Avengers. Give me everyone else outside of the original MCU Avengers. Outside of those, give me 5 people who you think are gonna come back in the comments below. But again, this is just getting us more excited for the multiverse saga and for Secret Wars to come. It just seems like it's gonna be such a great show. I mean, a great movie and stuff. I'm thinking about them just writing Vision in the comments, and I'm thinking about his show. But it just seems like it's about to give us what we want, and that is a great Secret Wars. So, staying on the superhero news, we're getting into. We know that The Boys season 4 is coming back this month. I believe in like a week or so. And unfortunately, one of the folks from the Gen V series, Chance Perdomo, unfortunately passed away in a motorcycle accident at the age of 27. Condolences to his family. Rest in peace to you, Chance, man. Very taken away way too early. Phenomenal actor. If you hadn't seen him in Gen V, he was in other stuff like Sabrina the Teenage Witch reboot on Netflix, and he was also did a phenomenal job in that series as well. But big questions have been asked since his passing. How will his character be dealt with moving forward within the series? And so we did finally get an update more from the showrunner and the producer of Gen V, as them letting us know, the first thing they had let us know a little bit after his death, that they would not be recasting his character. They were not going to recast him. They were not going to try to pick up where they left off with a different actor. They were not going to do that. Chance was very much beloved on set, loved by the people there. When the character was brought up, this was the person that they had in mind originally anyway. So they want to honor him as best as they can on the show. And so the update that we received is that they will kill the character off. The character will be killed off on the show. They have not said how it's going to happen, how it's going to be led into, but they said they did want to honor Chance's memory, and so they are going to have the character on the show also as well meet their demise on the show, so that they can still honor him, keep his legacy in mind, without just trying to write him off like he just disappeared or something. They do want to make sure. So we're getting like a Chadwick Boseman, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever type of thing, which I like. I think that's cool, and I think that just also just shows the magnitude of how loved that Chance was on that set, and just how well he did portraying this character, because I didn't want to see him recast either. And I'm glad that they're allowing him to have a way for him to be his character to be remembered and to live on. Because of course, like when people die in this show and stuff like that, you know, it becomes a fuel for somebody else, somebody else's character that leads into an even better story. But once again, man, shout out to Chance. May you rest in peace. You know, just really gone too soon, man. Phenomenal actor. But, you know, I hope you rested in peace. And I hope in some ways you see that, like, yo, you left quite an impact with people here with what you did, doing what you love as being an actor. Now, switching over still to The Boys, but not something as sad. But it's still sad. It's not teary-eyed sad, but this is just sad as far as thought process goes. So, there's been a lot of talk about people considering Homelander to be a hero after this season 3 ended. So there have been a lot of people with, you know, The Boys season 4 coming out. There's been a lot of people addressing at how they consider Homeland to be a hero after the actions that he's done. And one of the last actions was him lasering somebody right in front of his son that threw a can at him. Don't get me wrong, as a dad, understand where it's coming from. You as a hero need your limits. And he did not show that, but it showed that people were supporting him within the show. And now it seems to also here in our real life world, people are supporting that behavior and considering him to be a hero so much that the showrunner had to come out and say, if we obviously showed what we were trying to portray this person to be as, and that is not a hero. And he was like, for anyone who thinks he is a hero, I just throw my hands up. And I feel the exact same way, because how do you consider this person to be a hero? Just in every aspect of Homelander's psyche, the way he acts, how he responds to people, how he engages people. What makes you think he's a hero? Is it the suit? Is the suit what like is keeping y'all like, nah, that's a hero right there? Do you really consider that being a hero? Seriously. The dude that crushed a man's skull while he was getting jacked off by a Nazi. That guy's a hero. The guy who was literally body shaming A-Train so he can make himself feel a little better or make people around him feel just as shitty, that guy's a hero. The dude that made the Deep eat his homeboy or his sexual partner that was an octopus in front of everybody, y'all calling that guy a hero. The dude that let that whole plane crash, which I still didn't understand of, why didn't he carry the plane to safety? Like, isn't he, like, I could have sworn he was strong enough to where it's like, you could have just held the plane and flew it, or at least landed it on water. You didn't have to try to go like hold it till you get to land. You could have gently landed it in water, had everybody get on the flotations, and saved everyone. And somehow, this dude is a hero? Didn't he sexually assault his son's mother and then kidnapped his son? But this guy is a hero to some people. That's like, yo, just hearing that, I'm not going to say disappoints me. You know what it really does? It makes me lean more into people who got common sense. This was one of those clear examples of, if this was a conversation happening in a room with a group full of people. Let's say it's, you've been at a party or an event, and it's a group full of people that are talking about this. The only thing this made me do was understand there's some groups I should not be in. There's some conversations I should not be around. And I'm going to gravitate more to the people who make more sense to me. I'm not even judging the people who think this guy is a hero and because of what he's standing for. I'm sure you have some type of delusional logic as to why you think that. For myself, for me though, this just made me gravitate to folks that have a little more common sense, if you will. And I think that's what one of these big things is, because people are sick. People are sick. People are sick, but also too, there are people who are not. There are people who have different opinions and stuff like that. And this just is one of those shining examples that make me lean into more folks that you consider to be a part of your circle. And I don't even just mean being a friend or being an associate, just kind of even folks like how we have here on the live in our community. Because I don't think a person like King Mike Hall, Shanae869, or Living My Jet Life would be. Those people who think Homelander is a hero would not be a part of the tribe. And it just pushes you more to go to those that you would consider to be a part of your tribe, and hopefully just in a small form of being able to go, let me appreciate the ones I have around me now, because I could be around some wild ass people thinking that Homelander is a fucking hero. So, but that still keeps me excited to watch The Boys either way. And I cannot wait. It is dropping this month. And I know they're going to drop it week to week, like the bullshit that they be trying to keep doing every time. I just wish they give us the whole thing. Drop the whole thing. I hope they change it up for season 4. Drop the whole thing all at once, but we know they're not. We know they're not. Oh, I hate that they're not. But moving into our final story today. And I held this one. We are talking about the latest Star Wars series. And it is called Star Wars Acolytes. And this show, first off, just setting it up, this show is set 100 years before the Star Wars prequel, The Phantom Menace. This takes place 100 years before that, something similar to like House of the Dragon. It premiered this week, 2 episodes, and I watched the 2 episodes. And I also checked on the reviews that this had. And the reviews I was seeing was, it was mediocre. It was at a 6. We had a few people that were praising it. Some people were claiming that it was all over the place. We had other folks that saying that they were trying to be too woke when it came to the show. Some people were also claiming that it lacked substance and that the story was mid and that it was okay. I've watched. I've done my assessment. I have taken in the opinions of others. And I have to say one thing about this show. If that is how you felt about this series, I want you to sharpen some pencils and go fall on them. Because I don't understand what the fuck is wrong with viewers today. I don't get what's wrong with you Star Wars fans. I don't get what's wrong with a lot of the people who are in our community of, and we're going to call them the straight out of a comic book community, blur community, nerd community, geek community, whatever you want to call it. I do not understand your fucking logic when it comes to movies and it comes to television shows. This show is fucking amazing. This show started out so dope. I have no idea how the fuck you would consider this to be a basic plot. How? Where is the basicness in this? It is literally telling you about Jedi assassins who are trying to kill off the assassins. I mean, the assassins are trying to kill off the Jedi and are actually doing it. And I don't mean just by like the lightsabers and guns. Like, yo, no, these people are using tactics in the folks that they are trying to take out. When I tell you, a lot of people were kind of feeling the type of way because it's not tying into the original story. I think it's amazing that it's not tying into the original movies. I don't give a fuck about Darth Vader no more. I don't care about Luke Skywalker no more. That story is done. Give me something else. And that is what this place has done. That is what this show has done. They have given us so many new elements, and I have to say it, and I know people are going to try to come get me that are Star Wars fans, but you can lick the lower bottom of my left testicle because this made Jedis cool again. This made Jedis dope again. It made it dope to want to find out about Jedis, to see the flaws in them, to see the flaws in even the Siths being used. This show, and only 2 episodes in, has me locked down. And the one thing I'm finna bring up, and I know people are gonna try to come at me for this, and I don't care. I am so sick of y'all trying to use this whole woke thing when you have a female lead as the character. Now, don't get me wrong. I know some series and some movies have dropped the ball when it comes to having a female lead as for a movie or a TV show. We've seen where they've done a little too much. They've made it to where it's somewhat unrealistic. Like, I believe, like, in some of the shows, a few episodes that we had where we talk about Arrow, CT is very adamant about that when he talks about Green Arrow's daughter and how it was just a little too unrealistic. This is not the case. This is definitely not the case, and I am very much sick of the women bashing when it comes to them starring as lead roles within comic book lore, within basically nonfiction or fiction. I always get them confused. Or any of these betrayals. I think Captain Marvel was a great movie. I wish it would have been longer and gave more details because it was a great setup to it. But the fact that it was women, you wanted to sit here and bash the shit. Just like y'all trying to do with Star Wars Acolytes. When they, in 2 episodes, would get so many people locked into the Star Wars franchise that would make you want to go see the originals. This makes you want to go learn a little bit more about, okay, so what is this lore? What is this franchise? I am so sick of people getting upset when you let women be the lead of something. Now, don't get me wrong. That Madam Web shit, that is definitely a prime example as to why you shouldn't do that. Don't do that shit no more. Don't do Madam Web no more. But this is a great example as to why people should stop doing that and give this stuff a chance. This show is so good from the past 2 episodes. There's nothing basic about this story. And my whole thing is, it's like, what do y'all want as far as when it comes to storytelling? Like, I don't get it. Like, why does it have to be such this intricate plot of, oh, it has to be this. We have to have 93 twists in here. We have to have it where, oh, this happens, where this shows, and then now it has to move into this, and it has to leave us hanging, and it has to have 9,800 breadcrumbs that we have to look and figure out for it to be such a complex story now that I can't help but watch it over and over again. Man, fuck you. Fuck anybody that think this story is basic. This story is dope as shit. And if anything, a lot of these Star Wars storylines been basic. You don't even know what the fuck going on in Star Wars except that it's a war. There's a war going on. And we as people who not even soldiers have to stop it. Like, what are y'all talking about? You had a regular princess breathe in space. I don't want to hear shit from y'all about trying to talk about somebody when it comes to the Star Wars shit. But this one right here, the one thing y'all don't like is this one is a bridge. This show is a bridge for Star Wars. This helps bring in new people for the Star Wars franchise. If you're a big fan of the books, this stuff really hits for you. Because they're doing a lot of stuff that's sticking to the lore of the Old Republic books. And it is hitting the mark. And it's only 2 episodes in. Now, I'm hoping they don't tank it and shit the bed. And, you know, because, like, after episode, depending on how many episodes they got, if it's 8 or 9, 4 and 5 be them key episodes where it's like, okay, it's either going 4 or 5 be the show that the episodes is going to either make the show or break the show. And I'm hoping that they have a breakout episode 5. But so far, I love the concept of what they're doing. From the twins, from the assassin's place, from even just, again, it not even being focused on the person that is a Jedi. Or, you know, just a former Jedi. This show, I'm trying to, you know, choose my words carefully because I don't want to give too much away. I don't want to spoil it and stuff like that. But because I want y'all to go check it out. I don't want to spoil it because I really want you to be able to go check this out, because this is one of those shows that you don't have to be a Star Wars fan to watch this and get enjoyment from it. Like, everyone knows what Star Wars is. You, even if you don't watch it, you know what a lightsaber is. You've heard a Jedi before. Now you get to see it to where you don't have to know this person. You don't have to know that person. It's just like, oh, cool. I can watch it. And I love the lead character in this. I love it because she is probably one of the most realistic characters that we've seen when it comes to this stuff. The logic that she chooses to do, the morale that she has, the moral implications that she portrays within these first 2 episodes. Like, it shows so much depth to characters. And it was like, yo, this was the first time where I've seen characters. Oh, let me not say the first time. Let me not do that. I don't want to shit on Star Wars like that. But this is one of those shows where Star Wars has done a great job of us getting tied into these characters like that. I am so interested to see in what's going to happen to the lead character's former Jedi Master. I love the side characters from X-23 to I forget the dude's name at the moment, but I know it starts with the L. They're the way their dynamic is and how they act. They've got me looped into them because I want to see what happens to them, how this is going to alter and change them with now Jedis being under attack. Even the somewhat, you know, scenes we've seen with the Sith, it sets up such a great story. And I can't wait to see what this is all leading to. And again, I just hope it doesn't poop the bed at the end. But so far, this has done a great job of bridging the gap. And I'm in. This is one of those, I don't even like that it's releasing on Tuesdays at 6 o'clock like we watching television again. But please believe I'm going to be keeping up with this show, and we will be talking about this show frequently. But to anybody that has hated on this, I'm so tired of these people with these reviews that's not being truthful to the stuff, that's being just over critical. And it'd be a lot of people that don't make movies, that ain't never shot a movie in their life, ain't never worked on a movie set, just out here just giving a raw, wrong opinion. Bring it, let's bring, man, make movies great again. Make movie reviews great again, man. Go in with a watchful eye. Go in with optimism. Go in with not ready to shit on it because it doesn't have this person in it. Man, go in with an open mind when you go watch movies. That was the thing about movies. Let the movie bring you in. Let the TV series bring you in. Stop trying to be so concerned about, the accuracy is off. That would never happen in here. Yo, can they tell the story? Can we tell the story? If not, go read the comic book then. Stay at the comic book. Let these people tell stories. We gonna have our good ones. We definitely gonna have our bad ones like Madam Web. But that is the beauty of making television, of making TV shows. is taking something and giving us a dope visual for something that we've either known or we've never seen. Like, geez, like, can't we get back to the optimism? Can we get back to the glimmer? Can we get back to thinking on a positive level, walking into the theater rather than thinking that it's gonna crap the bed? Like, let the movie do that for you, not you already prejudging it before you come out and then having the nerve to go tell your audience this, and especially for your audience because they trust your opinion. Just like the people that's in my community and my chat right now that's gonna resubscribe to Disney Plus just so they can check this out. Like, some people hold your opinion to a high value, and it can really affect what happens to a series, what happens to a movie, because you talk down on it. Now this person doesn't want to see it, and then come to find out they missed out on a great movie and a great movie theater experience outside of just TV shows, a great movie theater experience because you said it was bad, because you said it lacked this when it really didn't. When it really had everything that we needed, that we wanted to see, and you wanted to go in again. So I just say, man, to movie reviewers, even the non-movie reviewers, go into a TV show, go into a movie with open eyes, with an optimism of that I'm going to be taken on a ride. If you watch movies in AMC theaters and you don't do that, then Nicole Kidman failed in her commercial. And we don't want Nicole Kidman to fail in her commercial and what she said on the AMC commercial. And why we come to the movie theaters, that's why the movie theaters doing so bad. The lure of the theater is gone. The magic of the movie theater is gone thanks to BS reviews and people with just such high-ass opinions of movies and television that you think you know some shit and you ain't even been on one. You basic bitches. So sick of people just shitting on somebody else's work and not giving it a chance, and just getting mad and then want to go talk some shit. Now, if you talk shit about Madam Web, you're 100% accurate, and that's not talking shit. And to Granddaddy's Perp over there in Twitch, you are absolutely right. Black Adam was actually a decent movie, and that would have been good in theaters. It would have done really good. I enjoyed Black Adam, and I really wish that DC wasn't in such a flux when that came out, because there were so many opportunities that could have been given to make it even better, including DC characters. And I know they tried to shit on them for like talking about like, oh, well, The Rock didn't want this to happen, The Rock didn't want that to happen. Like, no, all of this stuff was in flux, man. Just DC was in a bad part, and a lot of balls got dropped. And so you can't fully just point that at one person. But Black Adam was a solid film. I've watched it, I think, 3 more times since it came out on streaming. It's a solid film. It's not nothing where it's like, it ain't Madam Web, where I'd be like, turn this shit, put on This Is Us. I'd rather sit here and cry at that than cry at the travesty that's Madam Web. But yeah, man, just lower this judgmental high stuff that y'all have when it comes to reviewing movies, please. That's all I'm asking. And TV shows. And you're right, Granddad Perp, it left a lot of room for a sequel, and I wouldn't mind seeing Black Adam return, The Rock return as Black Adam. But if you have not seen Star Wars Acolytes, go watch it. It is good. I love that the different style and form it took on. That's what I like about it. There's more fighting in it, like the fight scenes. And the fight scenes aren't just lasers. It's not just lightsabers and gunfights. Like, these people are throwing hands in Star Wars. Like, I've never seen it to that caliber before on a series or even the movies. Like, yo, these people are getting down. Like, yo, like, even the Jedi, when I'm talking about, like, yo, like, fighting. It is such a good series, and I feel like I want this to be a success so that these companies, Lucasfilms, Disney Plus, and even folks who are fans of the Star Wars franchise feel a lot more open to telling stories that that derive that are astrayed from the original concept of the ones that we've seen. Like, give me something new. Give me people I've never seen. Give me people I barely know about that I gotta go research. Or give me someone that we haven't known that's put into the Star Wars lore. I still want to see an Ewoks movie. I want one of the Ewoks to be able to talk, that's a smuggler, and that be getting into the shits. Cause I fucks with the Ewoks. That's my boy. Them my homies right there. Them is my homies. I feel like all the Ewoks got the best weed. I could be wrong, but that was the vibe that I got off. That they be out here on their planet with a whole bunch of good weed. But I would love to see like something based off the Ewoks. I'd take an animated series before I take a live action series though. Cause like as Shanae869 is saying over there on Twitch, I love the Ewoks cartoon. I still got a VHS of the Ewoks cartoon. I think it's like 3 episodes. But I would love to see like an animated version of something like centered around the Ewoks. Like I said, we don't have to do live action. I get that. But I would love to see an animated Ewoks cartoon. But yeah, that was really all the stories I had right now. That was it. I'm gonna try something new with this audience because we do have folks in here, and shout out to the folks have been remaining consistent with this. Thank you, because it does show that the show is growing and that y'all are tuning in. And we're gonna do a Q&A here. I'm gonna throw this out there. I'm doing a Q&A with my Twitch audience. So well, not just Twitch, YouTube and Facebook. So if you're on right now and you have a question, throw the question in. I'm going to answer a few questions. It could be about anything. Not anything, but it doesn't have to just relate to something here with what we talked about today or anything. I'm going to do a quick Q&A, and let's try that, see how it works, see how y'all like it, and if so, we'll implement it at the end of Stride of a Comic Book. So, yeah, just fire off your questions, and as we get the questions ready, I will just let y'all know of some, the normal stuff that we end with. Make sure that you like and subscribe to the channels. Make sure that you like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure that you follow and subscribe to my Twitch channel. All of that is Will Pharaoh. Make sure that you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel for, of course, Arcade Tokens and Twitch. And now we have the Straight Out of a Comic Book YouTube page. So make sure that you go over there, start subscribing to the channel, because in August, we're going to now have the episodes move on to that page itself. So the full episodes will only be on the Straight Out of a Comic Book YouTube channel. We'll have like maybe a 5-minute preview on my channel as well as Arcade Tokens. We will continue to go live on these, of course, but we will start to move more to it being exclusively live on the Straight Out of a Comic Book pages, as well as follow the Straight Out of a Comic Book YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and Twitter. We have it all across the board. Everything is Straight Out of a Comic Book except for Twitter/X. It is SOACB for the Twitter handle, but we are now everywhere. The website is coming as well, and we will be doing merch. So yeah, make sure you follow. Thank you for checking out the show, and I'll catch you next time. Now we'll stop it right there. That was just to end for the show that's gonna drop, because normally I don't keep the lives up. I'll take the lives down and then put out the episode. So now we're doing a Q&A. So I'm going to actually stop my recording so I ain't going fully into it. So now we're just doing a Q&A with the folks that are here. Let's see. How have you been, Will? It's been dope with the lives. Appreciate that, Granddaddy Perp. I've been good. Just continuing to keep the focus on myself. Trying not to get distracted by trying to help others or living under other shadows and stuff. I'm trying to stay within the forefront of keeping this stuff going. And me and Dean do not talk to one another. I don't fuck with that guy. So I can't tell him anything. So there's that. Appreciate you living my jet life for following the YouTube. I really appreciate that. I believe I have majority of season 2 on there currently. So more is to come. I'm just kind of reformatting the shows and stuff like that. To have like our advertisement of where to follow us and stuff within the past videos, as well as making like clips for each of the episodes. So just really filling it up with content. So that's what I've been working on with that page. If you could relive any day of your life, what would it be? From Shawnee869 on Twitch. Okay, so I'm gonna assume if I can relive it, can I alter it? Or do I just have to be in that moment? Like I can't do nothing about it. I just have to be there. That's what I want to know. So if you let me know if it's just reliving it or can I alter it, let me know, Shawnee, and then I'll answer that question. Granddaddy Perp, yeah, it is sad. And it's sad to have people that you think fuck with you don't really fuck with you and do shady shit and then act like they're the victim. And again, I've never really fully told the story of what happened just because of the fact of I don't want the drama and I don't want people judging them and then feeling some type of way and then it starts to grow into something even worse. So I just let it be. I just moved forward. I moved on. And that's why you're seeing me more focused on my stuff, especially at the stride of a comic book stuff. Just because if I pull the receipts, this is going to be a whole different viewing. I don't too much. I've dealt with how folks have viewed me now and how, to see who stayed, who went, how people judge me, and stuff without even getting my side of the story. So again, I've went through all of the stuff of, being the pointed out apparently bad guy of the situation, but I'm still here. I'm still standing. Those that felt with me know what it is and stuff. So, but I keep my receipts in my back pocket and stuff like that because I know what really happened. And if I told that, a lot of y'all perceptions would change. And whatnot. So, Shanae, what I was asking was, can I, in reliving one day, am I reliving it to where I can't change shit or I can alter it? That's the question I want to know. And when you let me know, I'll answer that question. James Woodward says on YouTube, how do you feel the direction of comic book movies is going in a sense of quality? I'll say the fact that we've had our successes and we've had our failures when it comes to comic book movies. But the fact that I like that they're acknowledging their mistakes lets me feel like we're moving in a better direction. We did a great job at giving us some of the great live adaptations and stuff. And like we said, we've dropped the ball, Madam Web. We've dropped the ball on a lot of stuff. But the fact of, because they're seeing that like a Disney and a Marvel and rectifying that, especially going like, hey, we're not going to flood the streets so much. They seen what it's like when it's like, hey, we just want to put so much stuff out. We want to put so much of this out and not really pay attention to what the fans are thinking. And now that you kind of are, I like where the direction is going, especially like with James Gunn now taking over the DCEU, with him being able to, and how he's approaching it and how he's formatting and setting everything up. Like, it shows that, like, the direction is getting back where it needs to be. And I think too, like, but that always happens when it comes to things that are great. You have just kind of like how, like LeBron James is. Some of these times he's going to shine and get himself a ring. And then other times, it's going to be like, what the fuck is going on? But I think that's the thing when it comes to greatness. You can't do that without having the good and the bad included in it. But I do think the direction in comic book movies are now moving back into the more positive light. And we just going to have to see what comes from it. Like with Deadpool and Wolverine dropping next month. King Mike Hall, it's always rough to know know that they messed up a potential dynasty, but we're here now moving on. Yeah, and That's legit what it is. That's legit what it is, and it's really gonna be one of the things like it was here for y'all, and look what happened. Look what y'all did. So it wasn't finna stop me from making it, and I was like, yo, you could have been a part of it, but that's also the power of God. God was letting me know, like, hey, I got a plan for you, but it don't involve them. And I got to teach you a lesson on how to understand that stuff. And I was taught a very valuable lesson. That's another two reason why I don't bash anybody or bash any of them on any of this stuff like they did me, because I did take away some positive things when it came to them, and it's just unfortunate that they could not admit the same, and that it turned into how they chose to act about it. So, but that's why I don't bash any of them when it comes to any of this stuff, because I did have great times. I did learn a lot when it came to that stuff, and it also gave me the confidence to make something like the arcade tokens, bring them in to grow something like that, and even to see it fall apart, and to even be able to understand of like, hey, it's okay for you to let it go and turn it into something else. Like, arcade token show, just being transparent, like the channel, I'm do more like repurposing of like different clips, other people's stuff. We come out with like advertisement for products and maybe Geek Blasphemy. But as you can see, like I've been kind of stepping away from it and just letting it live there, because it's something that happened and it's time to move on. And so that's something that I'm kind of glad that I did. Oh shit, y'all are messaging right now. Drew G on YouTube asks, "What is your favorite episode from X-Men '97?" Ooh, I gotta go. I want to say episode 8. I think episode 8 was my favorite. Hold on, let me, because you said it. Let me look it up. No, you know what it is? No, you know what was my favorite one? I take that back. You know what was my favorite X-Men '97 episode from this season? The one that was the most underrated, and that was Jubilee's episode. That video game episode was fire. I thought that was a fire episode. The only thing that I say I kind of didn't like about it, I wish they wouldn't have split it with Rogue Story. I wish that would have been 2 separate episodes. I thought that Nintendo story and seeing the older Jubilee was fire, because in the comic book, older Jubilee story is fucked up of how she becomes like older Jubilee. And so I that was one of my favorite episodes. And so I'm asking Shanae's question. I would say if I had to relive any day, it would have to be the day that I would say maybe 2013, 2012. I got to remember, my dates may be a little bit off, but it was when I went to this festival in Alabama that was on the beach. First of all, I didn't even know there were beaches in Alabama, and that they're beautiful, like white sand beaches in Alabama. But it was called Hangout Fest. And I went with my brother and a good friend of mine by the name of Brandon. That we were working for a company, a newspaper at the time that had sent us out there. Well, sent them out there. And the reason why they were being sent out there as well, because GMC had sponsored the trip. So they gave them like one of their new like GMC trucks. I think it was like a Yukon or something. And they were going to drive from Houston to Alabama in there, taking pictures and stuff like that. And so my brother asked that I want to go. And again, no ticket to Hangout Fest or anything like that. But it was just kind of like, okay, why not? Like, I'm not doing nothing. Like, I'm a freelance designer. I don't have like a 9 to 5 like that. So I'm like, yeah, I'm down. I'm down to go. And he was like, okay, cool. And I wasn't sure if I was going to get in or nothing. But like my brother was great at finagling like press passes, because that's basically what they were. And so when we got there, I just kept full faith that he would get us in and stuff like that. And if not, I would just hang out in Alabama. Like it's not like it was a bad thing. Like, I'm not home and I'm in a new place. Like, and then he had, I could have used the car while they were there and just come pick them up. So it was like, it was still a win-win for me if I couldn't get in. But he finagled it. I was able to get in and get a press pass. And that was one of the times that was during the time where Outkast was doing like kind of their last tour together, where they did like the Governor's Ball and other little spots. Hangout Fest was one of those spots, and I got to watch Outkast perform live. at the in the press cabana that was like sitting like up. It wasn't leveled. It was sitting up, and I literally could see everything. I'm not in a crowd. I'm relaxed. I'm in my little what it is, my little chair and stuff like that, just chilling, watching legends go at, like watching legends perform some of the best hits, and watching what tripped me out and let me know how much of an impact that Outkast has made. Outkast had white people performing their cuts word for word. I don't mean like the main stuff like all the stuff like Hey Ya and all that stuff. Like these cats were singing me and you, your mama and your cousin too. The verses though, not just the chorus, like verses word for word, and I was like, oh y'all fans. So it was cool to see the impact that Outkast has had, and to see that in a sea of like white people was crazy. But that's the day that I would relive. If I had to relive any day, I would relive that day. Living My Jet Life said, can you tell the story about your manager recognizing Pimp C and surprising you that one day? Oh yeah. So what Living My Jet Life is referring to is when I used to work at Blockbuster. This was around the time in like 2006, and Pimp C had just got out of jail. And so I was working at Blockbuster, and then Pimp C came in with his son at the time, his oldest son at the time, and wanted to rent movies. And so, of course, I knew who he was. My coworker didn't know, so I was like, hey, watch the register. Like, you know, we got a VIP in here. And so I was like catching him up with like what to watch and stuff like that. And so we didn't go to, like, if you know how Blockbuster was set up, all the new releases were against the wall and stuff, and went throughout the entire building all the way to where it'll take you back to like the register. So it allows you to walk all the way through, get the new stuff, and then you'll end up back at the register and the candy. Like that's how they had it set up, like on some psychological stuff. And so I was showing him like some of the older movies, because the older titles that we'd hold would be in the middle on the shelves and stuff. And so this was at the time, like in 2006. So this is around the time I think like King Kong with Jack Black had just came out and stuff like that. And so we were in the regular shelves, and I was showing him the movies that he would need to see to kind of like catch up. And so one of them I was telling him about was like, yo, you should watch Ray. It's starring Jamie Foxx, and he's portraying Ray Charles, and he does a really great job at portraying Ray Charles. It even got him an Oscar and stuff. And I remember Pimp C going, he was like, Jamie Foxx. He said, man, I remember meeting this dude when he was in a little white beater trying to sell his CDs. And I'm just like, I'm like, yo, you almost forget there's a time Jamie Foxx had to do that. Like, you know Jamie Foxx from doing stand-up, the Jamie Foxx show, all of his movies, and now like the successful music that he had. But to envision Jamie Foxx like in a white beater, like in front of a store trying to sell CDs to Pimp C, it's like, it was a very wild visual. And so we had got the movies that he wanted, got up to the register, and when we got to the register, it was funny because normally if you have a late fee, it'll pop up, and if it's a late fee there, it won't allow us to check you out. So we couldn't check you out until you paid your late fee. And so when we got to it, he pulled out his Blockbuster card from like, and it was old as fuck. And it said that he had a $319 late fee. And I was looking, and I was like, yo, there's no way I'm finna make Pimp C pay for this. And so I was like, yo, you got a late fee. Give me 1 second. Let me see something about it. He said, well, how much is it? I said, well, one, it's way too much. And then secondly, two, I'm not finna have you pay a late fee while I'm here working at Blockbuster. So I gave him a call. My manager at the time, and I was like, hey, I have a person here with a late fee, and normally like he can clear it off. He'll just like type in his password, it'll get cleared, you can go about your day. And so he was upstairs, so there was like a little office that looked down at the whole Blockbuster and stuff like that for this particular Blockbuster. And I gave him a call and I said, hey, we got a customer here that has a late fee and I wanted to see about if we could clear it and stuff. And they was like, okay, how much is it? I said, it's a substantial amount. I said, but due to the circumstances, I feel like this is something that, you know, we could easily let go. I said, because of who the person is. I said, well, who is the, he was like, well, who's the person? I said, it's Chad Butler, better known as Pimp C. And then my manager, white country hick dude from another small town of where I'm from called Port Neches, and everything. No person you would never first select would know who this person is. And as soon as I said Pimp C, he goes, Sweet James Jones? Sweet James Jones downstairs? He said, I'll be right down. Hung up. Didn't even let me finish the shit. Hung up, came downstairs. I've never seen this short motherfucker walk so fast to this register. I've never seen him come this quick to the register. Came there, walked in, was like, hello, how you doing? How you doing, Mr. Butler? And stuff like that. He said, let me get that situated for you real quick. Cleared a $319 late fee like that. Shook his hand, told him thank you. He was like, yo, you need anything like popcorn, candy, or something like that? And you know, like I think he grabbed some Twizzlers and stuff, and then his son grabbed something. And that was it. Didn't grab too much or nothing like that. And we checked him out. He said, yo, you ain't even got to pay for the videos. He was like, yo, they just due back at this time. And that was it. Cleared out his whole shit. Bro, it was just such a cool experience to see, just to know, like, again, the impact you leave when you do some shit that you love. And so I just thought that was dope. So let's see. We're going to keep it moving. Damn, boy, y'all was writing. Y'all were writing. Okay. We going to keep doing these then on Straight Out of a Comic Book. We'll do a Q&A afterwards. I don't have this one recording because I feel like this should be just for Twitch. I feel like this is just like, if you, or a live thing, let me not just say Twitch. This is more of a live thing. So if you join the live, these are the perks you get for joining the live. So living my jet life over on YouTube asks, do you still call Kool-Aid by the name of the flavors? Ever since I heard that, I do it now too. You damn right. You damn right. I say fruit punch, watermelon, mystery, grape, white raspberry. I don't call it red. I don't call it purple. You know what I mean, man? Ever since you could mix colors, you can't call it by the color no more, because you don't know what flavor I got sitting in my refrigerator. Because you gonna come in one day, open the refrigerator, you gonna see a container that got purple liquid in it, and you gonna be like, oh, my nigga got the grape Kool-Aid. Oh no, got the purple Kool-Aid, thinking it's grape, and you drinking it, and this shit is grape with peach in it. And you like, yo, what the fuck is this? It's like, oh yeah, nigga, that's my mixture. Why? Because I mix Kool-Aid flavors, because I'm a psychopath. I mix my flavors, yo. So that's why I couldn't call them purple, red, green, because you would get confused as fuck, because that ain't the flavor that you drinking, because you already know you associate the color with a particular flavor. And my household, you never knew what was coming. You never knew what was coming. Good to see you, All-Star Fandom Gaming as well. If you are not checking out All-Star Fandom, it is, check them out. Check them out. Go follow, go check them out. That's all I'm telling you. Go follow and check them out because the Pharaoh said so. But yes, I'm still calling that. Let's see what else. Give me a break is the first question that popped in my head. No, I wasn't knocking your question. I wasn't knocking your question. Oh, you talking to Shanae. Okay. James Woodward said, not in a bad way, but you helped me remember why I should watch things for myself and not listen to the criticism of individuals that never did. Thank you. Hey, yeah. I'm glad that I did that for you, James Woodward. Yeah, bro, go in for yourself. It's cool for you to look at an opinion, even my opinion. Take it with a grain of salt. Take it with understanding, okay, this is coming from somebody else. I can remember the bits and pieces that would help me to make me want to go see it. So I understand that. So yeah. So you've forgotten them. I don't know if that's to me, Shanae. I'm gonna be honest. Easy Not. I appreciate you not being able to hear me, still using my emoji. Make sure y'all subscribe to my Twitch channel too, because I got custom emojis on there that you can use in the chat on Twitch. Since I am back on here frequently, subscribe to the channel, and I'll start doing some dope stuff on there as well too. But I'm glad you are in a noisy ass area, still just watching this shit and smiling. I'm glad to see that. King Mike Hall asks, "Are you ever getting any more content with you and Young Deuce?" Absolutely. I'm still gonna be having Straight Out of a Comic Book with some of the with guests and stuff like there, as well as we got some more Geek Blasphemy episodes that will come out. But yeah, just Deuce is just busy. That's really just simply it. Like Deuce is one of the people that I hold such high respect for, because just like with the growth of his locks, you have seen the growth from his setup behind him and to what he's doing here in this type of realm. Like, he is doing such a fantastic job with him, as well as everybody over there at the Geek Set podcast. The dude's just busy. Like, the dude is doing so much stuff with Watch Mojo, shooting their own show. They now have an office in oh my god, Milwaukee. I was like, why is the M city not popping up? But he's just doing so much, and I'm just so proud of him, because he deserves it. He does a great job at this all the time, and so I'm just glad to be seeing the flowers he's getting, the everything that he's getting from working with Sway, getting ready for the Black Geek documentary. But we'll definitely do some more stuff. It's just, again, like, a lot of the people that I work with also are living their dreams, and so they get very busy and everything. So by the time I get on my live here on Saturdays, we didn't kind of got to like Thursday and Friday, and I don't really like asking people like last minute of stuff. And the solo stuff has been working real well too. So that's why I've just been trying to do more of this, having this going. But we're definitely gonna get guests back. I'm probably gonna try to get guests back next week. Probably All Star Fandom, most likely. I might, yeah. So, and they in here. They are definitely in here. Because All Star Fandom also said Andre 3000 performed at the Jazz Festival here in Atlanta. All flute. Pause. I don't even say pause, but I don't know. How you wrote all flute and how I said it didn't come right. I know living my Jeff life, but every time you say, it's because I listen to Currency, bro, and his shit be Jet Life. So I see J-E and be forgetting that is not two T's right there. That are fucking F's. But I don't remember. I'm gonna remember living my Jeff life. But hey, I'm also just putting it into the universe that you're gonna be flying jets. Going where you want to go. So it could be that, but no, I'm gonna make sure I get your name right. But yeah, so I might even have All Star Fandom in here next week. I'm gonna see check their schedule, see if they're available Saturday, and get some guests on for the next one. Family Video. Wow, I went to Family Video. I went to Family Video. Wow, and Hollywood Video. Let's see. One pat on the back. I even changed his name to Jamie Foxx so that he couldn't book stamp gigs from people looking for female comics. Wow. Just thinking about the legendary Pimp C had blockbuster cars and late fees. That's amazing. Thank you, living my Jeff life. Yeah, that's just one of those. What's up, Relly Rel? Thank you for joining. I'd love to know what movies Pimp C was. Ooh, that's what's kind of gonna draw a blank for me. I'm gonna be honest. That's gonna draw a blank for me. I don't know. I do not remember. I know Ray was one of them. He did take Ray. I want to say he had an action movie, but I'm gonna be honest. I off the top of my head, I cannot remember what he rented. That whole late fee getting washed just like completely blanked out that part of the story, because you like, that's where I grew, like, having a lot of patience. That's where I grew my patience from, is working at Blockbuster. You have no idea the amount of patience you gain arguing with a middle-aged white woman about a $3 late fee that she knows she was late for. Like, lady, I saw you Wednesday bring this in at 11 o'clock when we were closed. Just because you see us in here you're still late. The system is going to tell you you are late. There's nothing we can do about that. You knew when to drop this off. I saw you drop it off late. There's nothing I can do about that. And they still argue with you to get off $3. That makes you grow a lot of patience with people. I mix flavors too. One pat on the back. I think mystery flavor is raspberry. That's just my opinion. I could be completely wrong, but I think it's mystery flavor, some kind of like raspberry flavor. That's just me though. Again, because it tastes like white raspberry when I have white raspberry Kool-Aid. That's what mystery flavor tastes like too. So I don't know. I could be wrong. That's my shot in the dark. But yeah, King Mike Hall. Yeah, Deuce is doing his thing. Yeah. When we can get a conclusion on 90s Mount Rushmore. Then I'll need to do that. Probably is what we probably need to do with All Star Fandom next week. Thank you for giving me the idea, James. I think that's what we'll do next week. I think we'll do 90s Mount Rushmore, and have All Star Fandom in there. I'll try to get Young Deuces and then one more person. So yeah. When can we get? Yeah, James knew to write that twice over on YouTube. Hey, before you get off, I just want to know we're gonna get a part 3. Is it still happening before you get off? Before you get off. Yes, I fully agree with you. Living my Jeff life, but I do also believe in trying to learn people's name correctly, and if you correct me on it, I do my best to remember it. If you don't give a shit, then yeah, I'll keep fucking it up or find a way to say it out like. But if you tell me how it is pronounced or how it's said, I do my best to learn it. Family Video was clutch because they used to have sales on N64 games and PS1, and they had the best sales. Like Hollywood, like Blockbuster had some good sales on like movies, but not really on games. Family Video had great deals on video games being sold. Like we would go there to go buy video games instead of Walmart or anything. Let's see. Living My Jeff Life said, are you going to make another song with Doe on his show, Morning Cup of Doe? Y'all made a slapper. Yeah, if he wants me back on the show, like if he invites me, I'll show up. So, I'm not tripping. I will definitely show up if he asks. So, yeah, I think his concept is really cool. I'm hoping that it gets sponsored and picked up by somebody because I do like the concept of a live show and then also making music right there on the spot. So yeah, if he'd have me again, I would definitely say yes. Shanae with the Black Blasphemy moment. I don't like cherry Kool-Aid. The blue one is my favorite. I don't think that's really blasphemy. If I'm being honest, here's the blasphemous statement. And because I always say I'll throw myself under the bus with you, Shanae. That's how this whole show started. That's how I started it. I was just like, you know what? I throw myself under the bus to say this, and then I was like, yo, we definitely need to make this into a show. And then that's how Black Blasphemy came about. I think the cherry flavor is overrated. I think cherry flavor in general is overrated. I think I have not had any, with the exception of cherry Coke, everything else that is cherry flavored is ass to me. I do not I think for some and this is wild to even say in a sentence, but I think cherry Kool-Aid be too sweet. I feel like cherry Kool-Aid is already sweet before you put sugar in it, and it tastes like fucking syrup. Look, just before I said it, that's what she wrote on Twitch. It tastes like sweet cough syrup. All cherry flavors taste like Robitussin. All cherry flavors. Yeah, for some reason, I don't know why, pat on the back. For some reason, there's always a lag on Twitch. Like it's for some reason. And I think it's through Twitch, but for some reason it's always a second off. Yeah, cherry Pepsi is fire too. I'm not. Yeah. I'll also say that it's then mystery flavor is pineapple. That's wild. That's wild. We actually just had this conversation too of cherry Pepsi and Coke as to which one is better. Now I said this to stay within like just because I didn't want us to stray away from the show that I was on. I didn't want us to like go down a rabbit hole. So I just let them kind of talk and saying that cherry Coke is fire. It's legendary. It is the guy that's up there. I gotta be honest though, that cherry Pepsi fire. That cherry Pepsi, man. Like Pepsi by itself, I ain't never felt when I barely drink soda. Like I don't think I've had soda. Like I haven't had Coke in probably like 3 years. But when I did and I was drinking it, when Pepsi got flavors to them, I feel like Pepsi over exceeds Coke when it comes to flavors. Certain flavors too, not all of them. Like I think Coca-Cola has a better vanilla Coke than Pepsi. But that cherry one, that cherry Pepsi, man, something about that. It damn near don't even feel like soda sometimes. If I'm just being honest, it don't even be feeling like soda. It like that shit trips me out because sometimes it don't even feel like soda that I'm drinking. Yeah, to King Mike's Hall, man, like regular Pepsi is mid, but that cherry one is him. Then I tried a Pepsi pineapple that was at Domino's. Like, no, I haven't had soda in like 3 years. So I didn't even know Pepsi had a pineapple. But I'm sure it was good. Like I said, for some reason, Pepsi flavors are fire. When you got flavor in them shits is fire. But by itself, not that great. Drew G. Hey, Will, when are you gonna do another co-op with us, the fans? I.e., us during the session of Fall Guys or Warzone. So, how's the best way to put this? I have to figure out a way to do this right. I have to figure out a way to do it right. If anything, I think I think Fall Guys might be the easiest one to do for this. I think Fall Guys might be the easiest one. Yeah, I think I'll do that one. I think I'll do that. Yeah, I think I'll do Fall Guys first, and see how that goes. And Little Caesars. Yeah, well, Little Caesars make more sense for that Pepsi pineapple. But yeah, I think I will do that. I think I will do the co-op stuff with this. If not this upcoming Wednesday, then next Wednesday, I'll do it. I think I'd rather do it next Wednesday, so then that way I can prepare for it and have like promotion on my channel for it, so y'all know that it's coming, rather than feeling like y'all missed it. So not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday, we'll do a co-op play of Fall Guys at like 6:00 PST. We'll do it on Fall Guys. Now I won't. So here's the thing. The rules that I will have for this is we can play co-op, but we will not do a party. I won't do a party to have people come on and talk. And the only reason why is because a few people have ruined it for all of y'all. Like, it's hard to vet them without a, what do they call it? Someone that's monitoring you, a moderator, for that, because we had tried it at one point, not on camera. Can I connect if I'm playing on my phone? I don't know if we can find out. Cause I'll put my handle on there. Right, just mute everyone. Folks are crazy. Well, no. Like, I don't mind y'all like hearing the audio part. That shit's hilarious. But it's just when like people will get my like PS handle, will try to befriend, and then want to get in party chats while we're playing, and then it becomes this. Like the last time I did it and we weren't live, thank God. Like, it did not go well. It was it's some of the things that you get with fans, but it just like we had a few in there that were just like asking very inappropriate questions, just making a few of my like guests feel uncomfortable and stuff, kind of also like fanning out a little too hard. I don't mind you fanning out, but it's a certain way you fan out. Ooh. And yes, that was my jaw. There's a certain way you fan out, and it just was kind of uncomfortable. Okay, so you know what I'm gonna do, Granddaddy Perp? That's what we gonna do this upcoming Wednesday. Y'all gonna help me figure out Discord. So I hope y'all come back Wednesday. At 6 o'clock. We gonna matter of fact, yeah. And we're gonna talk about that too. We're gonna talk about when's the best time for us to stream. Strata Comic Book will stay at 9 o'clock. But we're gonna have to figure out this streaming time. So we know when y'all on here, because it has been a solid like 20 to 30 people on here for these past like 2.5 hours, and I'm digging it, which lets me know the show is growing, and I really appreciate y'all being here and checking this out like that. Like it really like it does a lot for me. But no, James, I know it's a sad thing, but I think to Granddaddy Perp's point on Twitch, if we set up the Discord, I think the Discord could help me vet out who I'm going to play with rather than just giving it out, waiting for people to join. Like I can already know, like, okay, I know this person is coming in, this person is going to come in, and we're going to play with these people. And we know that they're okay. Because like folks like yourselves, like that are frequently on here, like if James, Granddaddy Perp, Living My Jeff Life, Drew wanted to hop on, I wouldn't mind hopping on with y'all. Because and like King Mike Hall, like if y'all told me like, hey, we want to play Fall Guys next Wednesday with you, we want to do that, I would have y'all come on because y'all are frequently on here. You know how to behave yourself. So I wouldn't mind having y'all on there. It's just the whole vetting process I hadn't really figured out. So what's up, Leela204? Glad to have you back. I hadn't really figured out. So, but I think we just kind of found a solution for it. And we're going to try to figure that out Wednesday and get this whole Discord set up for myself and Straight Out of a Comic Book as well. I think I'll start with the Straight Out of a Comic Book. Yeah. Jeff, I mean, you know what, too? I'm not even calling the people who were in there stupid. I don't even want to call them that. I just want to say it's just most people don't know. Like, some people, I don't want to call it home train, but some people don't have home training. And I mean, when it even comes to doing these type of things, like some of them just came in because it was like, oh my God, like I watch you all the time. I watch y'all all the time. Like I think I had like Clint and 2 other people in there and they know like all of our stuff. So then it just became this whole like, we're not just playing the game. It's like y'all asking a whole bunch of like these questions and these very awkward questions of just like, yo, we can't answer that. Like I can't answer that for you. And then like some of the guests I have on there, they just came to play the game. You know what I'm saying? Like they just came to chill. So it's just learning those things. But then yeah, too, like some people just really didn't grasp what was going on. Like I think we was playing too like Grand Theft Auto and people had like a higher count than us as far as like levels. And was doing everything for us. And like, so we didn't really get to play. It was like, we just reaped the benefits of it. Like we like, like how they have you drive somewhere to go do the mission. Like they didn't got there before us and then already killed everybody. So it's like, yo, it's just been an hour of us driving to the location and reaping the benefits. We're not even playing. So it just became like those type of things. Like, so it's just finding folks that know how to read the room, know how to play. Like, I don't mind people talking shit and stuff like that. Just, don't go too far into racism. I don't fuck with the, LGBTQ bashing. Definitely don't fuck with the F word when it coming to there. Like the FAG shit. That shit is like cut to my ears. I'll pull you off real quick. But also too, like I'll have that in the Discord as well to go like, hey, this is not going to be allowed in the chat when we're doing this. This is not going to be said. Please don't ask these questions and all of that type of stuff. I say sir and ma'am a lot, so if y'all cool with that. I do too sometimes. I do too. When stuff go wrong, I'll be like, sir, ma'am, I'm right here. Ma'am, please revive me. I'm dead. Did you see it? Ma'am, I died. Because you weren't paying attention. But yeah, I don't want the good to suffer for the bad, and as we don't do it anymore. So I think like I said, next Wednesday, that way we get time to prep it, that way we get time to get people in and get people's schedules and have a better understanding when y'all will be on. We'll do it next Wednesday. We'll play Fall Guys. We'll do Fall Guys. We're definitely not doing Call of Duty. I don't give two fucks about Call of Duty. Call of Duty can kiss the lower part of my left testicle. I can't stand Call of Duty. That shit get on my last nerves. And I'm only doing that because I'm spiteful at what happened to me when I played. Fuck Call of Duty. I didn't like that I got shot in the air before we landed. Like, you know how they make you jump out the plane and then you land and the game start? Somebody shot my parachute and I fell all the way down and died. And I was like, what the fuck just happened? And that was one of my greatest fears as why I never joined the army. Because I saw that happen and then Pearl Harbor happened. I'll be damned if I joined the military, went through all that bullshit, had people cussing me out, having to wake up at 4 a.m, having to learn how to fucking shoot a gun, having shitty ass food, being marched in the fucking desert, going through drills and shit like that. For me to go to war, and as soon as they open the doors for me to storm out, I get shot in the head? Fuck no. That's wild, bro. Like, when I saw that in Pearl Harbor, I was like, I never thought that could happen. Like, just imagine, like, you in there with your team, like, you just like, yo, we about to infiltrate, we about to storm, the war going down, we about to be the second fleet out. Let's do this. Them niggas open the door, you start, let's go. I'm in heaven like, yo, what happened? What happened? Stuff just went black for a second. And I died? I didn't even shoot nobody. I didn't even get off. I didn't get off the boat or the plane. Whichever one of it. I didn't even get off. Are you in the helicopter about to come down and they shot a missile and blow that bitch up? Like, I didn't even get to participate. That's wild to me. That's why I never wanted to join the military. You can't. How am I gonna explain that in heaven? How I'm gonna explain that in heaven? They're like, well, you died fighting for your country. I died getting there to fight for my country. I didn't even get to fight. I didn't even get to fight. Same thing Call of Duty. We just got out and they shot my parachute down and I fell to my death. What kind of shit is that? Like, what motivation am I now supposed to have now going into this battle? They was like, well, not, you gonna come right back, bro. We still got time. No, my whole spirit has been killed. My whole spirit is down. I don't even care no more. And before I can actually see a person and getting ready to kill him, I've died because somebody is hiding behind a chair in a random ass house that I'm not even in. Yet somehow their bullet has magically gone through the building and has shot me in the head. Fuck Call of Duty. Fuck Call of Duty. No. Fuck that. Yes, describing it, I bet it does sound funny. But it wasn't when it happened to me. I was pissed. I was like, word? I ain't even on the ground. You couldn't wait till I got on the ground. It ain't like I'm good. It's not like I'm that guy on Call of Duty. You'd have still probably had an easy kill once I touched down. But you're not even gonna let my feet touch the ground first? You're not gonna let me get the parachute off? Word? That's wild. That's so wild to me. Granddaddy Perp said I'd be the first to go AWOL in a war setting. Sorry, y'all. I'm either flanking or I left. Here's my thing. I have much respect for everybody that fights for our country to be able to give us the privileges of what we have today. Like me being able to stream this amount of time and be able to talk to y'all while they out there serving our country. My thing is, I don't pay enough attention, or I pay too much attention to the wrong shit. And that's what probably wouldn't get me far nowhere. And then also too, I'm slightly clumsy. And the last thing I want to do is we infiltrating the enemy's like stronghold, and it's like a house. And I don't accidentally, like, I don't put my foot up enough going up the steps. And you know, like when you kind of like tap the next step and you kind of do that slight stumble, not a fall, but like a slight stumble and noise get made, that's going to be me. I'm telling you, that's going to be me. And I've just now cost my team a position and might have cost somebody their life because my ass did not see that there was one last step coming up this motherfucker. And I wear glasses. So you telling me I got night vision over these? I'm not seeing shit. And then like I get hot real fast. And I'm the type of person that's going to take off my nightshades to wipe them off. Like, bro, I can't see. Nigga, shut up. I can't see though. And now I really can't see. That's why I never really like got into. I was there. If I wasn't gonna be in the military, I was definitely gonna be that dude by the computer. Either by the computer or one of the assistant people, like the dude that put the missile in on the boat and it shoot off. That's me right there. Now that's me right there. You need me to hand you a missile? Oh, I got you on that. Hold on, let me get you the Big Daddy. Hold on. Now you see where my hands at. You got to put it where my hands at. Now you got to hold it like that. Otherwise you're gonna have a little situation. So let's get it tilted in. Let's shoot. All right, fire that motherfucker off, Charles. That's me right there. That's me right there. The cook. That's where I would serve my duties at for this country. The cook. The cook. That's where you can find me. Like Nelly say, you can find me in the barracks whipping up some stew for our boys that then came back, and our women that then came back from the good fight. Be like, look, hey, don't you open them packs up. You ain't got to eat that bullshit tonight. I done made some real stew. Got some real stew going, y'all. You ain't got to worry about none of that shit. Got filet mignon in it, boy. I went cut it up. I'm good. We eating tonight. Y'all did us good. Y'all did us good this last mission. I got y'all. Anything else? In real life, I'm not the frontline person for the military. Now, if this is the zombie apocalypse, that's different. Somebody getting fucked up tonight. And don't let it be Resident Evil zombies. It's a wrap. But like active people that's trying to kill me, that can be hiding and sneaking, that's not me. It's not my position. That's not my position. And also too, I'm too tall. I don't know why. I don't feel like tall people are in the military. That I have no evidence to support that, but I feel like you can't be tall in the military. Again, I have no evidence to prove any of this. I have no facts to go off of this as being true logic. But something makes me feel like you can't be 6'3" in the military and be on the front line. Like I feel like you finna get everybody away. And I also don't want to cut my hair. I don't want to cut my hair. And I don't want my hair being up and then that give away our position. They was like, well, you know, they saw that big ass hairdo you had sitting right here. And that's what caught them, because don't nothing look like that in the fucking wild. Shanae just said you could be over on Twitch, said you could be tall. You'll just stand out more. That's the shit you don't want though. When you at war, you don't want to be in the jungle standing out. Also, too, I don't want to get left by myself. I don't want to get left. I feel like I'd fuck around, gotta go take a piss, and forget to tell somebody and get left. Cause I'm not so. This has nothing to do with how I feel of my self-worth at all. I don't want nobody to feel like I don't think of myself as a good person or somebody of value. But I seriously feel like if I got captured, nobody would come try to find me. Like everybody would assume he's not gonna make it. So there's no reason to go negotiate to try to find him. I don't feel like I'm the nigga that they gonna have with the hood over his head that they making demands for. That's just me. I don't feel like I'm gonna have a whole bunch of like trade value if I got caught. Like now I'm just a prisoner in Beijing, trying to keep these motherfuckers laughing, so they don't kill me. And that's really about it. And then now I got a wife named Ming that I just live out here, and this is my new life. Cause I just don't feel like they like he didn't make it. I don't think he gonna make it. Or maybe he did, and he's gonna be fine where he's at. I just that just be my thought process, cause I don't see them coming back for me. They gonna be like, I don't think we're gonna find Will. I don't think we're gonna find Will. I don't even think Will got captured. Knowing him, Will probably still lost somewhere in the woods. And now it's just selling coconuts and mangoes with some other dude named Hector. And they just sitting out there in the woods while these other fucking people come up and he just serving them. They're like, you American? Nah. No say. No say. No say. No. Mango? They're like, he just still probably lost out there. They probably that would most likely be me. They'd be like, yo, y'all got one of us captured, and we want to send them home. None of the people we have in this camp match the description that you just gave us and stuff. And then when finally the communication come in, they just be like, yo, we've been looking for you. Where you at? So I think I went right when y'all went left at one of these parts in the jungle, and stuff didn't look really familiar. I tried to make my way back. Then there was a waterfall somewhere, and I know we didn't pass by a waterfall when we got here because it was just wet marsh where we was walking. But then I got over here, and I'm not sure where I'm at on what my LZ is. I got my latitude. It's my longitude. I didn't listen when y'all was teaching that part. I got the latitude part right. I just don't know the longitude part. But if y'all know where the waterfall at with the two big ass trees that do this, that's where I'm at. Can you look on Google Maps and turn it on satellite to find that in the area we was at last? I don't feel like I went far. They'll be like, bro, you've been missing for like 3 weeks. How have you been surviving? Well, I found a panda that had broke its leg when it fell out the tree, and I was like, the panda ain't gonna make it. So I did what I had to do, and I'm gonna just let y'all know, panda steaks are amazing. Over in open fire, wild. Just, and I still have some of the little salt packets that we had from the little little EP kits. Throw a little bit on there. Get a little bit of that fermented mud water. I was good. But can y'all come get me? Cause I ran out of salt, and this fox. I just caught this fox in this trap, but I don't really want to eat it. We've became friends now. His name is Majai. But yeah, if y'all can, could y'all come get where y'all want me to meet y'all at? And I'm gonna come over there. I only got 3 bullets left, and I ain't that good at shooting. It took me 3 clips to take that panda out, and he had a broken leg. And I used a lot of my bullets trying to catch him, and I don't think the bullet is what took him out. I think the fact that him falling down that hill and his neck popping, I think that's what got him. I don't think none of my bullets hit or affected him. You're right. Living my Jeff life. The fermented mud water gives it that umami flavor. You know what I'm saying? I was good. I had them little packet of mac and cheese with some orange soda. Hey, I've been good. But can y'all come get me? Cause if I've been out 3 weeks, I know my mama worried about me. And I'm sure AT&T cut my cell phone off because they don't give two shits. And I need to also check on my earnings on GTA because I'm sure we got some more earnings on there. So if y'all can come get me, that would really help. That'd be me, and they'd be like, we really should just leave your ass out there. Just we thought you were captured. We sitting here getting ready to trade in secrets and other people locked up. And like, well, to be fair, I don't understand why we still using paper maps when we got technology, and I don't like the fact that nobody decided they wanted to teach us the paper map. Like we was just supposed to know this shit off the digital one. And I had the map, and y'all said that we were gonna use the paper map, but we never got to learn the paper map. That's why I only know my longitude, and I don't know my latitude, but I don't know about my longitude. Like I don't know, like so when I get here, I'm taking it. You get here, and then this is the point, right? They're like, "What's your longitude?" 314 degrees north. Well, it can't be -6 south, so it can't be that. It can't be that. That's wrong. That gotta be. I'm thinking I'm reading it wrong. Y'all don't have no trackers on us, like to know where we at to come get me. Cause the panda meat has went. I ain't got nowhere to cool it off, and I tried putting it in a bag and then putting it under the water so the water keep it cold. But I think an alligator ate the rest of my rations. So and I tried to get to the alligator and it didn't go well. He let me know the water is his. That is his domain. Yep, exactly. Living my Jeff life. They looking at you like, how you a survivor and so bad at this at the same time? Because I wasn't supposed to be here. I told y'all, cook, dude that put the missiles in, and someone else shoot it off. That was the positions I asked y'all for. No, y'all want to put me in the 2nd Battalion with everybody else defending the front lines. I don't even like lines. Okay? So I want to come home. That's all I want. I just want to come home. I would like to take a hot shower and finally watch Friends because being out here made me understand life is short and I should watch this show that everybody keep telling me is great and have great memories off of that I've never seen. So I would like to come home, General. If you could just come, you know, I'm gonna just start walking with the direction the sun is, and when I'm out the jungle, I'm gonna give you a call. I'm gonna give you. Well, hold on. I'm hoping the signal still work when I'm out here. Right, because I got people that love me, man. I know my mom is worried. I'm sure my brother want to talk to me about the latest episode of X-Men 97 season 2, and I can't even. You know how many episodes I done missed? I don't know what the fuck going on with the X-Men right now. Because I'm out here by a waterfall with an alligator that don't want to share no food and it ate all of my damn broken leg panda and I ain't got nothing. But yeah, living my Jeff life back to, getting off of that side quest. Never watched Friends. I only watched one episode of Seinfeld and I didn't get it. I did not understand how this was funny. People was like, no, man, because it's a show to do about nothing. I was like, well, nothing has impressed me about this show. Just throwing that out there. We are not impressed at all. But yeah, I think that's a great ending to come to after talking about my stint of how I should not be in the military and how the country should not depend on me. Cannot depend on me at all. Yeah. It be like that sometimes. But hey, at least I knew so that no one else feels like they should be, like, yo, I believe you can do it. I believe that he can't do it and he should stay where he's at. So, but I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of here. We've been almost here for 3 hours, which is good. That's not a bad thing. That's a great thing. Thank y'all for keeping it consistent here with watching me, and really too. I want to say big ups to this because in viewing, where everything's being displayed and stuff. Thank you, Shana. I'm glad y'all love the Q&A. I think we will continue that when we do the Straight Out of a Comic Book. We'll do that at the end. We'll have a Q&A with y'all to just talk, shoot the shit, and everything. Because that seems to be what y'all love more than just even the video game stuff. But one thing I want to say I really appreciate is that the people who are in this chat right now, and that majority of it is coming from my platforms and not arcade tokens. Because as I said to y'all, like, I'm trying to move away from just, using the arcade token stuff. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, I'm battling the cold too. Final question. I got a final question. What series would you recommend rewriting? Ooh, what series? Ooh, what series? Ah, shit. Rewrite? Ooh. Yeah, made me think about that one. A rewrite. Jupiter Ascending on Netflix. I like that show. I think Jupiter Ascending would be a dope. Could use a dope rewrite. But yeah, but I was saying though, I do appreciate y'all watching my stuff on my platforms. As I said, like, just coming to terms with understanding that the arcade token era is over in a sense. So being able to just kind of come to that understanding and moving forward with what's something that's mine, don't have to have any kind of questions about it, because arcade token still is mine. I created it, so it is still mine. But it's just unfortunately, it has that scarlet letter A, now added to it just due to what has happened. So for now, it's just like, hey, leave it where it's at. And so I'm just glad to see, like, still going to utilize the lives and stuff like that for now. But it's really good to see that majority of the people watching are watching on my Twitch, watching on my YouTube, and we'll start doing the same for like Straight Out of a Comic Book and all those things. So we make it grow, and we don't have to worry about stuff like that. So but I do appreciate y'all checking out from the arcade tokens even to now. So again, things can change, things can go. You never know. Might open that door again, not how it originally was. Of course, that's not gonna happen. But you never know, because we still got Geek Blasphemy and everything like that. Although Geek Blasphemy could go on Straight Out of a Comic Book. Hmm. Huh. Huh. I did not think about that. I could have Geek Blasphemy put on Straight Out of a Comic Book. And I think I just might do that. I think I am going to do that. Yeah. Yep. I think I am going to do that. Living my Jeff life, yeah. That's a long time ago. Yes, the hammock on ADD when it was still ADD. That was a long time ago. But yeah, I think I'm gonna bring Geek Blasphemy over. Geek Blasphemy and Black Blasphemy, as a matter of fact. Um, yeah. Well, Black Blasphemy, I'm doing something different with. I can't say right now, but some things are in the work with that show. So that's the only reason why a lot of people haven't seen that out and stuff, or haven't really been talking about it. Doing some things behind the scenes with that. But I think Geek Blasphemy, I'm gonna bring the Straight Out of a Comic Book. I think I want to continue it there because it still falls under that realm. So that's exactly what's gonna happen. Damn. So y'all are hearing this first, yeah. Geek Blasphemy, I'm gonna move over to Straight Out of a Comic Book, and will remain arcade tokens to be on YouTube and Instagram, and we're gonna have it, just repurpose other people content through like YouTube stories and stuff like that, or if we have anything like that. But I think it is finally time to just kind of let it lie, let people go reminisce and watch the stories there, and start moving forward to Straight Out of a Comic Book. And I'm glad that y'all throwing in there the RIP tokens. It's right. It is time to be able to let it go. Say goodbye to it. Say, it did what it was supposed to do. And I don't regret any of it. So I don't regret any of it. Even how, people showed their true colors and stuff like that. I don't regret a second of it because it gave me what I needed to see that I can do this, and I can be able to do this on my own. Not just saying like just I do it all by myself. Not saying that, but being able to say like, hey, you can do things like how we're doing right now by yourself without having to have a major company behind you, productions behind you, and still be able to give out quality content that people enjoy. And all it can do is go up from now. Better camera equipment, better audio, more interactions with stuff as we've done and you're going to see coming. So I just want to say I really appreciate everybody that continue to rock with me and continuing to stay on this journey because I'm keeping it consistent and I got some big things for Straight Out of a Comic Book coming. So as I said, we're having the YouTube channel has came out in August. Everything will officially move there for Straight Out of a Comic Book. So we'll keep doing lives, of course, but majority of the time when it's live, when it's doing that, it's going to go to Straight Out of a Comic Book for Straight Out of a Comic Book. So make sure you subscribe to those things. You'll start seeing the promos across my social platforms, YouTube, and my Twitches will, be back to like the solo plays. So like, playing Fall Guys next Wednesday. That'd be just like exclusively on my Twitch channel and my YouTube. So we'll still be doing stuff like that for my YouTube channel, but I do want everything that's Straight Out of a Comic Book going there, and it won't just be like one elongated episode too. We're gonna start breaking down like doing movie reviews, Phantom Fiction again, the 90s Mount Rushmore and stuff like that. So no, we're gonna keep up the old Arcade Tokens channel. So pretty much just it's not getting deleted or anything like that. It's just gonna be there. It's just gonna be there. So you can go reminisce, watch, but it's just like most likely we won't have anything really new coming out of there, except maybe like some repurposed YouTube short clips just to keep the channel up and monetize and not lose any of the features and stuff like that. But for the most part, like with shows and everything like that, most of the stuff I'm just gonna let live for now, unless somebody with a big bag comes and like, hey, we want split screen on this, and it's like, okay, cool. But primary focus now is the stuff you see here, Straight Out of a Comic Book. We are on route to 100 episodes. We are now, I want to say, at 80, I think, close to 80. So we're getting ready. We're moving closer and closer to 100 episodes of Straight Out of a Comic Book, and we will meet that goal. And my goal for that is to actually shoot in studio. So to have an in-studio episode of Straight Out of Comic Book for y'all to be able to see for the 100th episode, and then hopefully 2 moving forward. So I just want to let y'all know that's how this stuff is coming. I didn't explain everything that happened with Arcade Tokens. I didn't explain everything that truly went down, nor did I answer any rumors and false narratives that were given about me. One, because I'm a firm believer in God, and it's just like, yo, I know that stuff will be worked out, and I see that every day when y'all are supporting me, when people are saying I recognize you. One of the big ones I love is when people are like, yo, I love your talk about Marvel. And all these things of like how you approach it, how you say these things. Like, I love y'all conversations, even for people who don't watch Marvel but find the conversation so intriguing. So it shows me a lot of that, and so I appreciate remaining, still standing on my 2 feet, still not letting it phase me as much and letting it defeat me like some of them wanted it to. Because believe me, a lot of them. When I tell you, a lot of them motherfuckers showed their real colors, and man was trying to take your boy out, but they forgot one crucial rule: is you should have aimed for the head, because you did not kill me, and you can't. So, but again, so I don't regret anything that's happened or anything. and to live in my Jeff lifestyle. Everybody doesn't need to know everything. Real people understand that. I'm just happy you can move forward positively. Oh yeah, yes. And I also have a lawyer now too, so that makes me feel even better because I hope somebody tries to defamate my character one more time. One more time. And then they gonna really see what the fuck go down. So there's that also helps me walk in a lot of positivity. Trust me, I'm still humble, but I still got that pinch of asshole in there. Believe me when I tell you that. So, but I'm moving forward positively. And again too, it's to answer Granddaddy's perfect thing. Yes, I do have a Switch. I'm trying to figure out how to show everyone's screen because online doesn't let you do that. So if I do, I have to get to where everyone, the people that's gonna play, has a video capture card to where we can show y'all screens because it only shows my screen when we play online for Mario Kart. But I do have a Switch, and I will have that gameplay coming. We will be having it on Wednesdays where me and some of my friends play Mario Kart. We got like a whole group that does that. So again, more content that's coming out where I don't have to worry about a shadow being cast over me or having the things that I've created be altered and said that, you know, I didn't do this shit or I didn't make this. Like, I don't have to worry about this with Stride of a comic book. I don't have to worry about any of that. Y'all know where it come from. Ain't no misunderstanding about it. This all me. Well, I got my okay. If you got that, yeah. So if you have that, you could plug that in, and I believe you can share your screen with that. Again, I got to figure out how all of that maneuvers and works, but it should be easy. It should be very easy. I'm gonna test it out with my friends first, and then if that works well for the Mario Kart stuff, because just so y'all know, I ain't playing about it. Like here you go. Like these are the actual setups I have for the Mario stuff. Like we legit getting like the Mario Kart game. So like I said, I have a lot of we have content that's coming back that y'all gonna enjoy, and I'm glad that y'all letting me know of the other stuff you want to see being played, like us playing you know, Fall Guys together and stuff like that. So I have footage on my channel. Okay, yeah. So and again to your point that you gave, the Discord. I think Discord is gonna really help with that. So Wednesday coming up, I'll jump on live and we can set that up. See if you can connect Fall Guys over the phone. I hope we can. I think if you can play it over the phone, I'm sure, because that's how we had to do with Among Us. But we'll find out. So just when we make the Discord and y'all on here, we'll go get it set up, have people come. Y'all can even see me make graphics for it to promote it and everything like that. And we'll get the Discord set up so we can continue building the Stride of a Comic Book and Will Pharaoh community. But yeah, I just want to say that I appreciate it. I'm glad to be moving forward with something that there's no confusion that it's mine, and can't nobody lie on it and say that it's not mine and that I didn't do this or I didn't do that, as it was tried to with the previous thing. But RIP to the arcade tokens. It was fun while it lasted. I was glad of what came of it. We created some dope content. I got a chance to really flex my creative brain and come up with so many shows, so many concepts, and being able to see that I can build something so dope that people, like, you know, how y'all feeling right now, just kind of like feeling the way that it's gone. But like I said, I don't regret anything that went down. I don't regret anything that happened. And it turned out the way it was supposed to turn out. And look at where we are now. Because it did not stop the show. It's not going to stop the show. And we can't go nowhere but up. So, that's kind of the most I have to say on that, even though we only have 2 minutes left before we hit 3 hours. I'm just trying to hit 3 hours now. But I just, you know, I know a lot of people was wondering and stuff like that. Like I said, I'm never going to get into the details of how things went down. I'm not going to bash anybody. I'm not going to talk shit about anybody on a live or make a video about anybody and show people's like receipts or anything like that. I'm just not that person. So I'm never going to do that. But I did want to address just what would happen moving forward with it. So as you know, to living my Jeff life stated, the real one know what happens next. Like, are we gonna get this, or is this gonna happen? Well, easy not. You wrote it in the Twitch, not me. You wrote it in the Twitch channel, not me. But at least having an answer of what's the future of it and how am I moving forward and stuff like that. Y'all at least deserve that answer for the real ones that remain. So, and just in case it's not clear, I will, state it fully right now before we get out and hit this 3 hour mark. We are closing the book on arcade tokens as of right now. We're, it's still letting it live. We're not deleting anything or anything like that. And I say we as my company. My company owns arcade tokens. I started arcade tokens as well as started my own business, and then the IP itself is owned under my company Memnon. So, and there's other people that I also have tied in as business partners for Memnon. But we are. I'm gonna just say just so we don't confuse this shit. I'm closing the book now for arcade tokens and stuff. Like you said, you may see like repurposed clips come up on the YouTube shorts as well as the arcade tokens channel. Just so we're keeping it active and we don't lose monetization. But that'll be most likely like in YouTube stories when we have something. You might even see like a strand of a comic book clip telling you to go check it out. But as far as like new content is concerned and everything, a majority of that focus is now shifting over to Strata comic book and myself and my brand for Will Pharaoh. And right now, our focus for Will Pharaoh is the Let's Play Twitch streams, going co-op with Fall Guys, building the community out a little bit more, and doing some more like gaming stuff like Mario Kart and so on and so forth. But Strata the comic book is the new building for everybody to come in and enjoy. Geek Blasphemy will be brought onto there as well, onto the Stride of a Comic Book YouTube channel. We'll be moving Geek Blasphemy there. And as far as Black Blasphemy is concerned, some stuff are in the works. Obviously not involving the former host that were also along with it, but something that I am cooking up, and hopefully if it does right, y'all will see it, and I think y'all will enjoy how it looks. So yeah, that is the official statement. If you are, and I don't think I'll say it again. Again, I'm gonna try to not explain it again. Yes, you definitely would get WWE 2K. I'm glad you said that, King Mike Hall, because I didn't know if y'all liked that or anything. I was kind of like, maybe they don't fuck with this. Maybe I should let this go as far as going live with the 2K. But I'm glad you said that. So we will definitely do the 2K thing, and I want to make sure I get on at a time where I'm not tired, and I think that's what I gotta fix too. So I think for like if I have it like on a Wednesday, I might do it earlier, like around like the afternoon time instead of at night. Just because like at night I get tired. I get real tired and stuff, and I'd be like wanting to play the game, and I'll play the game for a little bit, and I'm just like, yo, I want to stay on here for a hot little minute playing with y'all, and playing and having a conversation. But it's like, man, I'll be like, I'm getting tired. I'm getting tired. So I think morning times for like we doing for Stride of a Comic Book, and afternoon times for like the Wednesday Twitch, unless I have guests and we have a different time. But I'm gonna try to start sticking to it to being like in the afternoon time. So yeah, tired and the gas ain't helping. You right. Oh yeah, because we on Twitch, so I can do this now. Yeah, this don't help either. Especially after a long day. I'll do this shit and I'll be like, all right, y'all, I gotta get on out of here. Yeah, that be me with this shit. So I think being on a little earlier will work better than what I have been doing. So again, but we'll test all of this out. But I know at least we have 4 things now that we'll continue to do on Wednesday. So you can catch me Wednesdays and Saturdays for now. You might have them random days I pop up, but you'll start seeing announcements of it more now and stuff. When I drop. What up, Cam over? I'm about to call you by your real name. But yes, what up, bro? But yeah, I think a little bit earlier on here and stuff, and just getting everything built up, man. I'm excited. I'm excited for this new chapter because it's moving. I always pray to God to give me patience, and so this is Him giving me patience because it's moving, and I be wanting it to move like a little faster, but it is progressing, And so it's like, hey, just stick to your guns, stick to what you're doing, stay patient because this is going to pay off way more than you can even imagine. And so I always have that in my mind, my heart, and my soul. And so that's why I keep doing it. That's why I'm even setting it the way I am, even with this show, and formatting it properly, making sure I have topics to talk about, not just going off the top of the head, and then just really making sure everything is a good viewing experience for all of you. And definitely going to keep this Q&A going. I like this Q&A after the end of Straight Out of a Comic Book. So we'll keep this going. But I'm not gonna keep y'all much longer. We have been here for 3 hours, and I appreciate it. These, we've definitely exceeded the streams I will normally do, and I kind of want this to start being the normal. So I thank y'all for checking it out today, especially on a Saturday. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you here with me, and I appreciate that. But yeah, like I said, make sure if you're not following the YouTubes, the Twitches, follow them. Will Pharaoh, Straight Out of a Comic Book. Follow all of our socials for Straight Out of a Comic Book and Will Pharaoh. That's on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and X. We have it on all of there, and we will be beginning to be very active on all of them and continuing to grow this dope ass following. Yeah, I gotta be up at 7. Yeah, So there you go. Yeah, and I'm starting to see that with a lot of East Coast people too. The earlier I do it, I think the better, rather than trying to do the night crowd because y'all gotta go to work. So, but I appreciate y'all. Have a blessed weekend. I know y'all worked hard this week. Do something for yourself this weekend. Do something for yourself, even if it is just ordering one of your favorite foods that you'd like to eat. Please do something for yourself because you deserve it. Self-care is very important. I know you've given a lot either to your job, either to your family, or even to the people that you love or your friends. Please, this weekend, give something back to yourself. Find some time to relax, or even just find 30 minutes to just sit down and take in deep breaths so y'all can continue being the awesome people that y'all are. Snip You Rifu. I'm probably fucking that name up. Love y'all too. All Stars fandom. I'm gonna hit y'all up because I definitely want y'all to be on Saturday for Mount Rushmore. Thank you, Living My Jeff Life. I'm glad y'all appreciate the stream. Yes, please follow that advice. If you don't follow nothing else, follow that advice. Go do something dope for yourselves because y'all fucking deserve it. And I will see y'all Wednesday. Yeah, I will see y'all Wednesday. We'll probably do. Let's shoot for noon. We're gonna go live at noon. We'll chat, we'll talk, and we'll set up this damn Discord and finally get this shit situated. So, y'all be easy. Much love, and I'll catch y'all next time.